here. Put the music down a bit. We're gonna go with something else though. I apologize for the Busta Groove fans out there. The OC does slap, but we need something a little bit more a background. Let's see. What can we pick up here? Let's do that. That sounds good. Let's see. Start from the beginning here. I mean, we can do Busta Groove. I don't know if that's too distracting or not. I was like, I'll just have some nice relaxing music in the back, but don't get me wrong. I can jam out the Busta Groove all day. In fact, fuck it. You know what? This is my stream. I'm an adult. I can make decisions. There we go. Just gotta adjust some volumes here. All right. You can still hear me. We can make the background right. We're good here. All right. I hope we're good. All right. I lost my closed captioning. There we go. We got that back. All right. All right. So this is a very special setup I have for this. So if any like follows, donations, whatever comes through, and I miss it, you'll just have to let me know. Look at this guy. He's an adult. Also, yo, what's up, Artesium? And the 74th fighter in the Smash Bros. Series is Artesian. The one is no mistake, because that is the #1 fighter out in the battlefield. Also, and for the 75th fighter in the Smash Bros. Series, we have Dectalon. Absolutely knows all the trash games out there and knows that you're a game that belongs in the trash, in the game of death. Also, welcome back, Twani. Good to see you. Really, Twani was just like, my Busta Groove sense is coming out here. I gotta go. No, I don't want to be in Smash. That's unfortunate, but that's not my problem. You're already here, buddy. All right. All right, so closed captioning seems to be working as far as I can tell. Good luck. Thank you for the good luck. Appreciate it. All right. So, as you can see, I have it set up so that does it not work actually? Hold on. Let me adjust some things here. Okay, I think I know how I need to do this, and it's gonna be the dumbest thing ever if this works. Yeah, let's see. Nope. Wait, nope, that works. Okay, that's dumb. I hate it, but whatever. It's working. That's all that matters. We've been in a good fighting game. See, here we are. Dectalon's special knowledge of special games. All right, so you see on the left here, why does it stop working? Okay. On the left here, we have how much I enjoyed playing the game. How much I enjoyed the game in its own sense, like just the game in terms of game. The right will be how much I enjoyed streaming the game. As a game I streamed on here, how was my experience sharing with all y'all out in the world? So, you can notice that on the top there. Just, I don't know. You know what it is. You know what it is. You can see it. You can read. All right, so we should be good there. And we'll just... How many games are there to tier? I think there was 61 total, which blew my fucking mind. I'm like, oh my god, I played 61 different games this year, and I completed a significant amount of them too on stream. So, at least one. I know, I played no games this year, because everything was trash. But god, no, 61 games is actually an insane amount of games that I've even touched in a single year. And some of it might be a little bit off. I might have got some that was like late 2020, I just forgot or whatever, but yeah, 61. Considering I've done things like Bad Game December, Music Month March, Share the Love February. So Share the Love February, for those who, as a reminder, were games who were gifted to me. Music Madness March was games with great OSTs for games I've never played before. And then Bad Game December is, you know, you all suggested bad games, and I played them. Did you ever do Mega Knockdown? No, I didn't do Mega Knockdown, and I can talk to you about it a little bit later. It's still something I want to play, though, so I might just do something on my own or with someone else. But I can talk to you about that one later. I have different plans for that one. My own list, but I'm starting to struggle. 61 is crazy. It's not too bad, actually. It wasn't too hard to put together, just because I've actually saved a lot of my VODs. Apparently, though, I didn't save Celeste, so fuck. But no, 61. Alright, so that's it. 61 games. I have a lot to go. And I'm going to try to keep it very condensed to like an hour if I can after starting. So bear with me here as we go through some stuff. And some stuff, you know, like I said, if there's any games that I streamed maybe in the last year that you're like, oh, what do you think about this game from 2020? Or how'd you like streaming that? Or you have any questions, feel free to ask. Otherwise, let's go. We got a lot to cover here. All right, so Doom 2016. I think it's gonna be a very easy one, honestly. I think that's gonna be very obviously. I loved it all the way through. Holy shit, I can't believe I had to miss out on this game thanks to me being in the fighting game community and not spending much time actually playing the game. Actually, one thing I need to do is I'm gonna open up my chat on my phone because my screen is fully covered. So I actually can't see what I'm doing or see the chat. So let me go back to my channel here. Go to my chat. There we go. All right, we should be good. That should be good there. Yeah, look, Doom rocks. There's nothing else to say about it. Doom fucking rules. It is a really good game. It's really fun. I don't think it surprises anyone. So then following up with that is Doom Eternal. I liked it a lot. I just don't think I had nearly as much fun with Doom Eternal as I did with Doom originally, or Doom 2016. Mostly because I think just the extra mechanics I didn't like the life mechanics. It's a little bit harder, which I already struggle with FPS in the first place. The storyline's not nearly as fun. There's just not as much there for me. But that said, I still really love streaming it. And that is heavily on the back of Dr. Dubs. Because he was co-commentating with me the entire stream. I slowed down a lot of parts because I was struggling with Doom Eternal, and he kept it very fun and interesting for me. So, shouts to Dr. Dubs. I think he's streaming right now, so, Susie, if you want to do me a favor, give a shout to Dr. Dubs. He was co-commentating with me the entire Doom session, and, he made it absolutely a blast to, stream through, even though I was struggling with the game. So, shouts to Dr. Dubs. I love that guy a lot. But yeah, Doom Eternal feels like it was worth 2016. I'm on that side of things. Next game is Hot Shot Racing. For those of you who may not remember, that was during Share to Love February, an arcade-style racing game. I liked it. It was good. It was definitely a good game. But in terms of streaming it, I'm not good at racing games. I don't understand racing games. I just... It's not on the level I didn't enjoy it. I just really was like, I cannot provide any extra knowledge on this game because I feel like I'm not unlocking anything in terms of the arcade style driving, of the actual style driving. I'm just not good at this. So I'm not adding anything to the experience. What you're seeing is what you're getting. And to me, that was just like, it was good for his quick 2-hour stream, but I felt really, I remember this very vividly. That was like one of the few times that Dino, who's a really big streamer, actually sent people over to my channel. I'm like, I have nothing to add to Hot Shot Racing. I'm so sorry. I feel really bad about it. So unfortunately, it was kind of an okay meh thing that I'm just like, I just can't add more about it. But Sandox has played a lot of Hot Shot Racing and definitely knows a lot about Hot Shot Racing. So, you know, if you need more knowledge about the game, Sandox is the person to talk to you about that game if you liked it. All right, next up, we have Record of the Lotus War, Deedlit in Wonderland. This game fucking rules. Please play this game. Holy shit, this game did not get enough attention. I always believe in something that Extra Credit said, video makers on YouTube. It's important to have games that have a lot of awesome per second, and this is a game that has an entire game of awesome per second. Like, it does not really slow down that hard. The pacing's really high. It's a lot of fun. I don't really understand the story though, so what really drove me to really enjoy streaming it, outside like the game's really fun and all that, is that people were getting really hype about the game. But I felt like, once again, it was a lot more of me, like, I was taking it in from a lot of people about what the actual original story is, but I just had nothing to add. It was like, okay, this actually comes from a D&D game. Great. I don't know anything about D&D either. So I was like, oh boy. I'm just like, I just don't know anything about this. I can't add anything to this. I'm enjoying the game a lot, but I'm sailing on the coattails of everyone else's knowledge rather than anything, me streaming it myself. But that said, lots of fucking fun. I loved hearing about it. But I think that pool only goes so deep also, even on the anime liker side. You know, I think the title should have been longer. You're right. The title should have been longer. We don't have enough verbiage in here. Oh my god. That's my main gripe. Alright, so here's an interesting one. Alright, so Sonic After the Sequel. For those of you who don't know, I did this during the Music Madness March. Has a great OST, listen to it. It's a Flash game made from so many years ago. So it's very interesting. The game is fine. It's serviceable. It has ideas, but the biggest thing that's really cutting it down from like being like a really quality game itself is not just because it's on Flash, but because I'm trying to run Flash in a world that Flash is not supported anymore. So I'm having to go through all these loopholes to play the game, and I am not getting the full experience on it. So I can't really, in full confidence, say that the game runs great or plays great or has a lot of good ideas that work, because I'm running it off of what feels like just archaic materials the entire way through. So it's just like, I liked it for what it was, but it was a little bit rough. I really like streaming it though. And for the main reason, ironically, is because Flash was broken. There's cutscenes in the game, and they didn't work. The cutscenes did not work. So it would just show like the Flash symbol and a white screen. And there was nothing I could do about that. So I just made up my own story the entire time. I really enjoyed just fucking around with that. That was really funny to me. I had a great time just like making up my own story, explaining stuff, and just making it up. And the point I realized I was really having a good time with it was when someone who showed up late, and they're like, wait, that's the actual story to this game? I'm like, no, DJ Knuckles didn't rap in a nightclub, and Sonic is really jealous and thinks that he has to do better than Knuckles, and then they have a collab one level later. No, that is not the actual story of this game. So I had a great time really just bullshitting the story together. That was a great time. Why not? You think the Flash makers could make a great OST, a solid Sonic game, and make a good story that's why that outside of the range? Come on now, Dectalon. We can't be good at everything. That streams does exist though. That should be in the. I have most of my streams in highlights into specific folders, and so that'll be in the Madness Music March whatever folder. So if you want to find that, you can find that. Yeah, Sonic cannot have a good story. You're right. I do wish Flash had some better legacy support, but it is what it is, unfortunately. Sorry, I want to keep harping in chat, but I also want to keep things moving because I know this is a lot of games to go. So next game, Disco Elysium. This is a weird one for me. I think overall, I think it falls just barely into the like section. Because I'm not personally good with open world games. I'm just not personally good with open world games. So I struggle with keeping to doing anything because I just get distracted super easily when it comes to open world games. And it's something I've always struggled with in any sort of open world whatsoever. I just struggle with it, and it is a little bit harder for me to find the fun. But I will say it's still really good. I could tell I liked everything I did, but it's a negative feeling when it feels like I can't keep track of all the stuff that I'm supposed to be juggling. I appreciate what it is, but it's not, I can see why it's not something that's like not down my field. And the fact that I don't generally like open world games for that, like I don't enjoy GTA, for example, for the most part because of that. And that it falls into the like, not even in the okay met. It says a lot about the quality of Disco Elysium. That said, I didn't enjoy streaming it. I admittedly just do not enjoy streaming that game because I feel like I'm just juggling way, way too much, and I did not enjoy streaming that overall. So that was kind of one that fell off a little bit, and thankfully no one questioned it, so I didn't have to actually explain myself on that one, but it did not fall into my enjoyable streams. I felt lost the entire time, and then on top of like people who were coming into stream chat and be like, hey, you forgot about this thing, or you should do this thing, and oh, you didn't do this thing, or you're a fucking coward for not selecting that option, just made me go like, yeah, I'm not enjoying this anymore, actually. This sucks. Plain and safe. Coming in at the last second, the last few hours of the year. Hey, what did happen to those streams anyway? But it sounds like a game that's more fun to play alone. Yeah, making decisions on your own, experiencing it in your own way. I think I might have enjoyed it a little bit more, but I think the other half of that is just like, holy crap, that's a lot of game to play through, and most of my games come from playing on stream lately, so that's just me. And I'm not gonna hold it against the backseaters, mind you. I'm not gonna blame backseaters. People are excited about games generally, and they want to talk about stuff, but I think the other half of an open world game is like, they experience it in a certain way, and they like what they experience, and they hope that you can experience it too. So they want to push you towards that direction. But when I'm overwhelmed by everything already and I'm being told like I should have gone a certain direction, and especially in a game like Disco Elysium where there's a lot of political conversation about stuff and people are judging you on how you answer certain questions, that's when I realize I'm like, I'm not enjoying this nearly as much as I probably should. Because there was one specific moment where there was a very racist dude talking to Kim. I think his name is Kim. I might not remember correctly. Who's talking to him, and like Kim just shuts him down. And I'm like, oh hell yeah, he did work. And my response to that was, oh, you know, let's all grin at the guy who's being racist, like, you know, well, let's let that go. Let's all get along now. And I kind of saw that as like a shit-eating grin. And then people in the chat were like, oh, wow, you're letting racism go. I'm like, no, I just saw it as a shit-eating grin type of moment. Because this dude just shut you down. Haha, I'm looking straight at you and saying, ha 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 ha, you got shut down, let's move on. So, I think playing on stream just made it a lot less fun. If I played it by myself, I'd probably like it a lot more, honestly. And once again, I don't hold it against the black backseaters. I understand why they're talking like they are. I understand where it's coming from. It's something I don't want to squash because I want that in other games. I want that in other streams. But that's just one great stream that just falls a little bit too closely to home of my beliefs and stuff like that and whatnot, or how I react to stuff, how I see stuff, and how that can be seen. Like you're saying something on Twitter, for example. That's a good way. That's a good way of putting it. All right. Next game. Guilty Gear Strive. Yeah, not surprising anyone. I love Guilty Gear Strive. I really love the game a lot. I'm still playing it. I'm still doing commentary for it. Duh, I like the game a lot. It's really good. And while, even though I switched off from Faust, as I've been saying for like the entire year, I love Guilty Gear Strive. The more I watch it, the more I fall in love with it. I just personally don't like playing Faust yet. But that's the only problem I have with it. Otherwise, it's a great fucking game. Wow, shocking, crazy, wild.
Bummer.
Bummer. Favorite chill. How dare you try to get that Guilty Gear esports money, huh, Ryudo? And the answer is yeah, 100%. Jeez, if I could get flown out for a tournament event to do commentary, that's my final goal. I'm not gonna lie right now. It's a two-part final goal that either one could fulfill my final goal. Either I get on to EVO for a main stage game, which could be Guilty Gear this year. We'll see. I hope. I have to work hard this year. Or I get flown out specifically to do commentary for an event. It doesn't matter what event, but if I get flown out specifically to have me on commentary, that's the other half of the goal that fulfills that for me. That said, I think I'm like on the weird fence of like liking and really liking streaming it because I really like the game. The thing was, is I was playing Faust the entire time, and I think that muted my ability to talk as much because I already don't talk while I stream fighting games all that much anyway, generally. And I think that playing Faust and making me burn a lot more calories on my decision making made me a lot more silent than I would like to prefer to be on my stream. I like talking on my stream. It's a rare moment for me to talk a lot, so I think it falls into the liked level of streaming. No, I agree, Deathspeak. Me and Minimap both. If we could both get flown out for something like that, like, I know we both made it, and I would be so happy if that happened. Singing an open weight FGC. It's like, come on, let me get on this commentary, please. I appreciate it. Yeah, we get PC fixed. Let me know, Jen. I'd be down. I'd be down to play some more. I need to keep practicing Kai. Strive is just a lot of fun. What event? In terms of like what I want to be flown out for, or... Sorry, I just need to clarify the question so I answer it properly. Oh, what are we flying out to? Shit, like anything. Like, if someone says, hey, we're having our monthly in like Minnesota, and we want to fly out good commentators, you want to come? I'm like, fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! Never been to Minnesota, let's go! I just want to receive an invite from a TO saying, I want you specifically to be our voice of commentary at this event. So if it goes like that, I'm super happy. We'll see what happens, though. I have many more years to go in commentary, I feel like, so we'll see what happens there. Good! You're able to come into Minnesota? Hey, get together with your TOs and convince them that they need to spend $400 on commentary. Or $800, because there's two of us. Oh, that'd be great. Fight you and Minimap to commentate. I was told someone from Beyond the Summit that they need to get approved to the Strive event, they need to fight Dennis. Oh yeah, 100%. Like, if they have to give up commentary to fly out Dennis, They need to do that. I don't want to interrupt Dennis time. Dennis is fucking amazing. Y'all don't know who Dennis is. Dennis is the most amazing TO in the FGC. You might see your Jabales, you might see your Rick the Hottos and your Elvin Shadows, but behind them is Dennis, who's running everything. Like, I want to say hi to Dennis. I want to hang out with Dennis, and it's impossible to hang out with him because he's running so much shit. Yes, moving on. Sorry. Gotta need more TOs at push-up contest. That'll get me not invited again. Jabali looking for any reason to make sure I don't make it to Daytona. Oh god. All right, so Metal Gear Revengeance. The Revengeance part got cut off because it's just such a fucking long name, and I didn't notice it when I was saving it. That's my fault, though. That's my fault. The game fucking whipped. There's no two ways around it. The game fucking whipped. It is so much fun. It is an absolute blast. Shit just keeps happening. I'll just get that out of the way. Not really surprising to everyone. I was floored damn near every instance of the game. There was only like 1 or 2 sour spots with the game for me in terms of streaming it, and that was the DLC's meh. The DLC's a little bit meh for me, so I was like, I'm kind of done with the game at this point, and the DLC's not doing much. Or I should say, the dog DLC. Let me be clear. The Sam DLC, excellent. The dog DLC, it definitely was. I should have done that first, because I was definitely kind of getting to the point of like burnout, and the dog didn't do anything for it. So it is the best non-Metal Gear. Yes, there we go. There we go. What's your favorite track from Metal Gear ROSD? I actually don't know. I've listened to it like twice, and I still don't know, honestly. But and then there was the Sundowner, I think, boss fight, the one with the shields that I was having a little bit of trouble with. And then, like, I died like twice or 3 times, and I finally figured it out. And then someone's like, "Oh, oh wow, it took you forever to beat." And I'm like, "I died twice, my dude. Get off your high horse. That's kind of fucked up." Oh, what tweet is this? I forgot what tweet this is. Let me find it again. Oh, I know what tweet it is. Hold on a sec. I got yes, yes. I forgot about that, and then I remember Ryan was just clicking. I'm like, oh, I know what tweet this is. I know exactly what tweet this is. Oh, that was so good. But yeah, everyone struggles. I feel like that's something that you struggle with. Like, you either get this mechanic down and then you understand how you're supposed to apply it, or you didn't get it down, which was me, unfortunately, and I had to figure it out mid-fight. But I feel like I figured it out at a normal rate, honestly. But kind of hearing that in the back end, it was like the only sour spot that I have. But I'm like, that's no big deal. I still love streaming that. That was great. Yeah, people struggle with stuff, and it's like, let them struggle. Sometimes they will struggle, and sometimes they will get the wrong opinion of a game because they struggle, and that's fine. As long as we come to that full understanding, then it's all good. It's all good. See, yeah, 8 times in Sundowner is like, that seems normal still. That's like, I can understand why you die at Sundowner, because you figure, you get like little bits of tactics that work, and then you're like, I'm figuring it out, but this is too hard to do. Until you figure out, oh, I am missing something this time. And you have to ask that question to yourself. And it's hard. It's hard to ask that question for yourself. All right. Time Tracks. Game sucks. That game sucks. There's nothing else to say about that one. Time Tracks sucks. I mean, it's technically an incomplete game anyway, so I am not going to fully shame it for being a terrible experience or anything like that. It's an incomplete game for the Genesis that I played during Music Madness March. Okay, it's bad. It's just bad. The music is great, but I was already listening to the music about the game, so there was nothing I pulled from the game that I didn't enjoy. Surprisingly, streaming it, though, was actually a lot of fun up until I got stuck. It was, I would just say a lot of fun. It was, you know what, I think I put it into like, honestly. Because, one, I got to listen to the music, and until I got stuck, there was so many weird things happening that was making me laugh, and inspired Dubs to draw a lot of art because of it, that it was just a lot of fun to stream through it. And when I got stuck, it felt really bad because I ran out of steam. But up until that point, it was really fun to stream, as bad as a game as it was. What the hell is Time Tracks? So there's a Canadian show called Time Tracks that, for some reason, they decided to make a game of. If you watch, but here's a fun challenge. For those of you who don't know what Time Tracks is, or roughly knows what Time Tracks is, like the game or the OST, go find the intro to Time Tracks, the show, and then watch the intro for Time Tracks, the Genesis game. And you're gonna be like, you saw something different from the show that no one else saw, apparently. Because the show is mad corny, and the game is like this epic tale with the most badass music in the background. It's wild. It's so good. The more I think about it, it falls into like... You know what? I'm gonna keep it in like for now, but I might change it later. Alright. Treasure Master. A game for the NES that I also played for Music Madness March. Great music again by Tim Follin. The game itself is okay. It's not... It's a weird thing where I say it's not good. It's inspired, but it's not good. It's one of those things. It's just inspired. They had an idea, they had a plan, it did not pan out very well. It panned out pretty poorly. It was pretty poorly planned, but because I was told about the invincibility glitch and I was able to execute it and go through like the rest of the game because of it, it redeemed. It redeemed for the worst reasons possible, but it redeemed nonetheless. And I had a lot of fun actually exploring the game and seeing what everything was about and actually seeing the whole game too. And like I said, it feels very inspired. I just had to be invincible to enjoy the entire game, is all. So yeah, you know what? That was pretty good. And I would also put that on the liked level. But if I score this on a like level, I think I like Time Tracks a step more than Treasure Master. So it's like, I think wherever Time Tracks ends up on, Treasure Master is a step down from it. And I think that's where I'm stuck on. It's hard to think about it. I'll keep it there for now, but I think I'll go back and forth with Time Tracks, and whatever it is, Treasure Master is going to fall a tier below it. But yeah, the invincibility glitch major helped. Major helped. Because otherwise that game was just it was going to be a nightmare where I just quit early. Speaking of nightmares where I quit early, Silver Surfer, I'm kind of shocked to say I could probably sit down with Silver Surfer and finish the game if I wanted to. It would be a grind. But I think I actually liked it enough to say that I would finish Silver Surfer if it didn't require me, you know, if I was streaming it, it would be like an 8-hour to 12-hour total stream time. It would suck for the viewer's experience. But I think I would enjoy it enough to actually finish it if I had the time to do it. So, oh yeah, and Treasure Master has the immaculate box art and the best walk cycle too. That's important to say too. Also, what's up, Risky Sweep? How's it going? Good to see ya. And on the 80th fighter on the Smash Bros. Series is Risky Sweep. There's no highs or lows in Smash Bros, but you have to know that the Risky Sweep is coming for you in the battlefield. Good to see you, bud. Hopefully you're doing well. Happy New Year's Eve to you. Hope you're doing good. Thank you for swinging by. Guess I know what you're streaming tomorrow. You should know what I'm streaming tomorrow. It's this. This is what I'm streaming tomorrow. Southern Rim. So I shockingly like Silver Surfer. I'm a fucking weirdo when I'm saying this. I know I am, but I liked it enough. It would definitely be on the bottom of the light tier, but I liked it. I don't know. It's kind of fucked up, but I was enjoying starting to learn the game, figuring out the patterns, and for a person who doesn't play shmups, that's really fucked up. Take a shot every time I hear the baby. Absolutely not. I'm taking plenty of shots tonight, probably. Probably not, actually. I'm weaker to drinking as of late now. That said, streaming it falls into a line of like okay and meh and did not enjoy. I would say okay meh, because once again, the music's really good. I got to listen to the music the entire time. But I think overall, my purpose of playing the game was really, really weak. Because I couldn't make it that far, so I couldn't show off a lot of the game. I would be happy to grind the game out, but that's still people watching the game over and over and over. And that sort of thing makes me a little bit self-conscious that I'm just like, I'm just showing the same shit to you over and over and over again, and I feel really bad. While I'm enjoying myself, I feel really bad about it. That's the kind of person I am. So it's okay, meh. And that's mostly just because the music's good, and I got to share the music, and unfortunately there's only like 5 tracks in the game, like 5 or 6 tracks in the game, so there's not a lot to show in that regard either. Great player shuts, you won't be as discussing Silver Surfer. I think that's probably what it is though, because in my head, every shmup plays like that. In my head, it's oh no, there's gunshots everywhere. I have to dodge gunshots. That's just up to me. And I don't realize the nuances between like what makes a good reason why you want to dodge bullets and a bad reason you want to dodge bullets. To me, it's all download data and eventually memorize the whole game. So we'll see. We'll see. And I'm actually live tomorrow? Yeah. My time won't be as early though. I'm going to sleep in first. I'm going to get my shit done first. And then I might start streaming in the afternoon though. I'm not streaming at 8 a.m. That's not happening. I'm not starting at my normal time. So sorry for the Euro folks out there. I'm not starting at my normal time tomorrow. Fuck that. And I might not even have a long stream tomorrow. We'll see what happens. But yeah, this is what shmups are like, huh? This is it. This is it right here. But I think most of your audience care about the sort of thing. What's here because you're fun to watch and speedruns grind out games that are hugely popular. Maybe just, but don't make it Silver Surfer. but I'm still also begging you, don't make it Silver Surfer. No, I think my side of it is like, if I start grinding and focusing on something, I stop communicating. And that's where it gets me very self-conscious, because I stop talking. But, I don't know, maybe someday I'll go back to it. Maybe I'll make a month to like games I haven't completed yet and just try to grind them out for a while. That might be a fun thing. Well, anyone who's here for this stream will not be surprised. James Bond Jr. fucking sucks. I kind of enjoy streaming it though a little bit. I kind of enjoy it. Actually, no, you know I fucking lied. I thought about it for like half a second. Like, wait a second, no, I don't. What's this? Oh, what's this? Dectalon sends a message. But what about Crimson Clover World Explosion? I think that's how you say it. I don't know. You just gifted me this over Steam. Thank you, Dectalon. I appreciate it. You know what? Dectalon is gonna have a field day here next year whenever I go back to Share the Love February for trying out games again. It's gonna be really good. Silver Surfer September. Oh jeez. Oh man. Oh god. And for the 90th fighter in Smash Brothers, we have Raiden of Shiba. You see the shades, you see the dog, you know that is going doggy down in the battlefield. Good to see you, fam. Good to see you. Hopefully you're having a good New Year's Eve and or New Year's Day, wherever you may be. But look, there's nothing to say about James Bond. Well, there is a lot to say about James Bond Jr. It sucks, it sucks, it sucks, it sucks, and it sucks. I just couldn't make it past the first stage consistently because I was really bad at the puzzle they give you, and there's a time limit, and the battles aren't fun, and the situations are really shitty, that by the time I got to stage 2, I'm like, I'm exhausted. I don't want to play this game anymore. The music's really good. The music gets better throughout the game. Holy shit, I'm not enjoying this, and I've been stuck in this 20-minute level a few times now. So I let it go. But it's extremely cool and ramps up in a really nice way. Okay, I'm going to try more shmups this year. I actually took a suggestion from Ty last year too that I never got around to, so maybe I'll just try it out. But something gets intense and it's suddenly hard to talk. Yeah, and I'm a very heavy concentration person, so I'm just like, it makes me feel self-conscious, and so it feels bad in its own right. All right, here's one that might be interesting for most people. I'm kind of scared to do this one. I really like Sonic R. And I thought maybe it'd be one of those things like, oh, I'm going to come back after so many years that I'm going to come back after some time. And Sonic R is not going to be as much fun as I remember. No, I really like Sonic R. And it's not just because of the music. I legitimately like Sonic R. I don't know what it is about it. I guess it's just like the open world-ish racing that makes it very interesting. And there's always ways to just fuck around in that game. Like, there's no heavy fail state in that game. There's no falling off the edge or anything like that. It's just like, here's a bunch of paths. Figure it out. Have some fun with it. So it's like an open world racer, but at the same time, there's always so much open world you can actually do with the game. And it's really fun to actually run through those different paths and just see what's there. I like Sonic R a lot. Sonic R is officially better than Hot Shot Racing. Sorry, Hot Shot Racing. You don't have the flair that Sonic R does. And since we're talking about Sonic, I'm doing back and forth here. I love streaming it. I got to stream this one with Mini Matt while we were still doing Variety Versus. And so, while Matt was suffering, it was still a lot of fun for me sharing the game with someone else as a two-player game while he had to work with like the lag of like parsec and stuff like that. It was a lot of fun sharing that with Matt, and Matt was a good sport the entire way. So much love to Matt, Mini Matt, for playing the game with me. I do appreciate that. On Disco Elysium, I'm not good with open world games. Open world racer, but with obvious walls that I can't run too far off. There's no fail state for me running too far off. Yeah, I also miss Variety Versus, but I understand why Matt... Well, there's a multiple reasons why Matt can't do it right now. One, he's focused on getting partnerships, so he doesn't want to spread himself thin or try to host my channel or host on his own channel because metrics are important right now. And two, because he's so focused on his own stream, he's just more tired throughout the day. He's just more tired. He's working consistently, and he has a very specific goal in mind. So I don't want to split his identity up until he's partnered. So we might come back to it a little bit later, but we both agree that hiatus is fine for Variety Versus. But yeah, it's understandable. Open world with a car. Yes! Exactly. Getting a partner is crazy, because it's not just, oh, you reached the measures that we requested very specifically. That's literally, like, 1,000 times. I forgot. There was some sort of percentage, but it's like, okay, you have to have, like, 3 consistent viewers for, affiliate, and you need to do 25 times better on average to become a partner. And they'll still say no. And now Matt's on like his 3rd application. So it's dumb. It's dumb. Oh, you just recognize the soundtrack? Hell yeah. So hopefully he gets it next year. Hoping for the best. But I'm not gonna get in the way of that as best I can. I'm gonna support him. I'm gonna support my boy to the top. He's gonna do it. He's gonna fucking do it. 2022. All right, here's an interesting one. Friday Night Funkin'. I should stop moving stuff around so you all can read what I'm holding in my hand here. My hand, my clicker in the mouse. Whatever words. This is gonna be an interesting one. It's meh. But I will say it's because I did play only the base game. And as a person who really, really likes rhythm games and is actually very accomplished in rhythm games on top of everything else, holy shit, there's so many problems with it that I can't help but just point at it and be like, that seems like that should be really obvious to me. Why is that fucked up? Why is this beat mad off? Why can't you accept multiple inputs here? And so on and so forth. And I just am like, well, the music's good, the concept's cute. Music's good. I don't know. If I play any of like the edits or stuff like that, I'll probably love the game. But for what I got to play of it, meh. The computer hand, yeah. Yeah, Twitch disability is so freaking high, and I understand why they do, but it sucks. It's really discouraging. Especially when they say no. We were consistently streaming. You show you consistently stream for so many years. And they're just like, no, it's not good enough. It's not good enough. So it sucks. It really sucks in that regard. But yeah, I do appreciate affiliate at the same time, though. For someone like me who does this for fun and can do it for as a hobby and does not need to do it as a job, I'm glad affiliate exists for me, but it sucks for people who want to be full-timing it. So Friday Night Funkin', it's okay, meh, at its base game. Probably would like it more if I played the other stuff. I really need to speed this up, by the way. Streaming it, I liked it. I liked overall streaming it. People were really excited by it, and sometimes that energy just leaks over very well at me as a streamer. Like, when people are really excited about certain things and want me to get to certain songs, certain play styles, and whatnot, and that makes people really excited, it gets me excited. I like seeing people excited by the games I'm playing. That's a huge reason why I stream, because you're sharing your experiences with me. And it goes back to Disco Elysium of saying, yeah, I understand why people are saying the things they are, because you're excited to share your experiences with me. But when it comes to an open world game like that, where decisions are at the core, it sucks because it's not like I can go back and experience the same things. It's that moment's gone, and if you did not like the decision I made, it seemed like there was more upsetness that I didn't make certain decisions so that I could see certain things. So, whereas like Friday Night Funkin', people are like, oh yeah, play this song, or I can't wait to get this song, and I'll get to that song, and I'll play that song, and that is what it is. So, Friday Night Funkin', I like streaming. It was good. Alright, Rhythm Hospital, though. I will only say I really like Rhythm Hospital and not love Rhythm Hospital because I hadn't gone back to play the rest of it. But for what I played of it, I would say it goes into love, but I didn't go back and finish it. So it falls back into really like when I'm just thinking about it on a memory basis. Definitely play Rhythm Hospital. Did I spell rhythm wrong? I think I spelled rhythm wrong. Oh well, whatever. Whatever. It's fine. Real gamer hours. So yeah. So definitely play Rhythm Hospital. I think it's on Steam early release right now. It's really good. If you like, what's that game called? Rhythm Heaven. If you like Rhythm Heaven, you'll love Rhythm Hospital. You'll love Rhythm Hospital. So check that out. That said, same in the form. It's a game I really liked. Also, considering I had to actually like set up my stream in a specifically different way to show off a really cool effect that one of the stages has, and I replayed that level again because it was so fucking cool. I really like streaming it. But once again, I didn't end up finishing it. That's my fault. That's on me. I didn't go back to it. Well, you know what? No, that doesn't matter. That actually does not matter. I loved what I got to stream of that game. It was really cool to show something. I very rarely ever get to play new games as they are kind of like relevant. And I got to share that with people, and that's super rare for me, and it's super exciting for me. Something that I really enjoyed, that's a really good game, gave it a little bit more notice, and it's a game that hopefully at least one person went and downloaded. Like that, I love that game. That was really good. That is really fun. So give that a shot if you have the opportunity. Here's an interesting one. Well, not interesting really. It's Lawnmower Man. It's okay, meh. It's once again one of those games that has a lot of, it's very inspired. They had a lot of cool things that they were actually doing in the game. It just doesn't work in the capacity of trying to finish the game. It just doesn't work while you're trying to finish the game. I got to the last boss quite a few times, and the last boss is so long and so rife to mistakes that I fell out of love with that part of it. But it's actually not bad. It's not a terrible game, but it's like, there's definitely high points and low points that really make the game its own thing. It's its own very unique experience. I would say it was okay, meh, on streaming it. I think the energy flow filled the game at the same time. I don't think people were as excited as I was for the music in the game. I think I'm just a Lawnmower Man OST lover, and I might be one of the only ones, but that's fine by me. I got to share it out with people, the music was good, and I was able to make it far enough so that we got to hear a lot of the variety of the music too, so that was really important to me. So there's that, but I also had to replay the game like 7 times. I also had to replay it 7 times, so I was like, no, I'm good. Alright, Pharaoh Rebirth Plus. I think the game's great. I think the game's seriously really good. It's a lot of fun. It has a lot of different things that it tries to do. It's by the same makers of the Record of Lodoss War, Deedlit in Wonder Labyrinth game. Same makers, just an early one of their games. It's a really good game. It's a lot of fun. It's very unique. It's a great stage-based Metroidvania. It's good. You should really check that one out. It's kind of one of those things I feel like was not talked about enough back in the day. It's by Ladybug? Yeah. Or it might be by earlier development Ladybug. I don't think they were officially called Team Ladybug at the time. But it's the same maker still. Like, if you ever get their package games, this falls into there, but it doesn't say it's made by Team Ladybug. But it's really good. I like the game a lot. I did not enjoy streaming it. And the reason why isn't entirely because of the game. I mean, it's partially because of the game, but it's partially because of the keyboard. And for whatever reason, there's something with that. If I hold my keyboard down for a certain amount of seconds, it turns on some sort of locked key situation, which makes me repeat a lot of inputs. Like if I hold a button down for like a certain amount of time, it'll turn auto repeat on for my keyboard, and I cannot figure out how to turn that off. So that sucked for one. But then I'm like, well, I'll just use a controller. I cannot make it work with a controller. I don't know why. I cannot make this work with a controller. Sticky keys. No, it's not sticky keys. It's a thing. It's not sticky keys. It's very specifically something on this programmable keyboard. It's something fucking weird that will turn on if a certain combination of keys are pressed and held at the same time. And I tried going through the manual as far as I could find it, and I could not find anything on it. That's on me, though. I'm not going to blame the game entirely on that. But the part I will blame the game on is that I could not make a controller work with it. And so I couldn't continue streaming the game because I kept having to pause, turn things off, and then I had to handle certain situations where I had to hold that combination of keys, and I had to do like a weird tapping thing to make it work, and I just did not enjoy doing that. It sucks. So I have to figure out what makes my keyboard do that still at some point. But the fact that it just did not let me use the controller just made me go like, I guess I'm done streaming it. I guess I'm done. I like the game. I'm just done streaming it now because I can't make the controller work with it. And yeah, and custom keybinds would have been great. It doesn't have that. I guess it's just too old. I don't know. So that sucks. That said, play Pharaoh Rebirth. You have a keyboard who doesn't reprogram itself every time you hold a certain binding of keys down that aren't just sticky keys. Because I made sure to turn that off too, by the way. I tried that first. It sucks. But if you can get it to work fine, it's a really good game. It's usually pretty cheap. You should play it. The binding of keys, Zach. Oh my god. Oh my god, Destiny. You're a fucking genius. Here's one people might remember. Captain Planet. It falls into okay, meh. It was hitting that very unfortunate point that I have in my brain of, yeah, this game sucks, but it's just giving me enough every single time I play my next life, and it has an infinite continue system. I think I remember. Maybe I just save stated. I don't know. It has enough of a continue system for me to keep retrying it fast enough so I can figure out more every time. It hit that weird spot in my brain that makes me like say, this is a fucking challenge. I want to figure this out. It's not a good game. Don't get me wrong. It's not a good game. It doesn't have good music. It has pretty much next to no redeeming qualities. But if you're the kind of person who is presented with a challenge that you can repeat over and over and over again, Captain Planet will hit that. Throw rocks at the truck redo, yeah! God, that whole section was like, oh, it's like a puzzle in itself to figure out what the game wants, and then when you figure it out, it's still fucking tough. It's still fucked up. It's still really fucked up. Oh my gosh, that game was a nightmare. That said, I actually really like streaming it. Because this was during the birthday marathon charity stream that I was doing. And this is the first game I think I played, so I went with a lot of energy. And I think a lot of people share that energy too. They say, like, this is the first game, everyone's excited about it. And it's not something I had to heavily concentrate on because the game sucked. So I got to talk at the same time and really enjoy while trying to get donations for the stream and everything like that. So it was a great charity stream. It was a great way to start off the charity stream. I really enjoyed streaming it. It was a lot of fun time. But yeah, I really enjoy Captain Planet. You go freestyle of how sad Jay White's death is, I'll follow. That seems fucking weird. I appreciate you coming through, but that's a weird request and I am just gonna pass on that. I don't know if this is a black needing thing of saying, hey, there's a black dude, I'm gonna make him do a freestyle or something like that, but that's kind of weird. Yo, what's up, John Donut? How you doing, brother? See, that's the shit that you want me to get me to do. You just point some that shit. How's it doing? And for the 90-second fighter in the Smash Brothers universe, we have who is John Donut? Who is he? Well, you won't get the opportunity to ask as you get knocked out of the battlefield by John Donuts. How's it going? Good to see you, bud. All right, speaking along those lines here, we got Zen the Intergalactic Ninja. It's definitely still not a... You know what? No, I didn't enjoy it. The big thing I thought about it for a bit, I'm like, no, I don't enjoy that. I didn't enjoy that game. I'm glad it was also for the charity stream, but the more I think about it, I'm like, no, that didn't have redeeming qualities, honestly. It didn't hit that edge of me where I'm like, oh, this gives me something to think about or something to grind out. It was like, no, every decision I felt like I made was just the wrong decision and it felt fucking awful. So it's like, that's weird. That's just a game that's like, that's just, it's a weird game. I enjoy it. Still like streaming it because it was during the charity marathon. I think it was my second game if I remember correctly. So my energy was still high. And I still got to like yell at the game. That was important, getting to yell at the game. So I was just like, I got to yell at the game. I enjoy yelling at bad games sometimes. Sometimes that makes me happy. Awesome Possum kicked Dr. Machina's butt. Also pretty bad. Pretty bad. Yeah, yelling games is very essential. I really sucks. I really enjoy watching you stream that one. Zen the Intergalactic Ninja? Or which one? Just chill and work from home? Hell yeah, John Donut. I'm glad you're able to work from home today. And it's probably, like you said, a slow day. I understand that. Like, Slow fucking day. I'm really glad I have today off, honestly, because I'm just like, yeah, it would be mad. I mean, the last 2 weeks were mad slow, so I really would glad I don't have to work today. Yeah, it's like a fart. You let out the bad air instead of keeping it in. Exactly. Oh, someone redeemed shades? Oh, apologies. Sorry, I am working from my phone as my chat right now. We can do that. Thank you for calling that out. Yeah, if I miss anything, let me know, because I'm working off my phone for my chat right now. Should have been off. Yeah, I that's fair. That's also fair. Even if Disco Elysium was kind of a bastard, honestly, just to kind of do a small review on that, it's just, people experience the game in different ways, and because it has a lot of political standing about how you handle stuff in that world, I think people intrinsically kind of took it as a way to reflect your decisions as you as a person. And I was getting a lot of that feeling when I was streaming the game. So it's like, it makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable playing it. And I'm also just not good at open world games. So that's my own thing. Also, for the 99th fighter in the Smash Brothers universe, we have Adamant Archville. It's definitely adamant about making sure to knock your ass out of the arena on the battlefield. How's it going? Good to see ya. Yeah, I think it's a game that you have to experience by yourself and then return to the table with more about the game. And so that's why I was lacking, honestly. That's one thing I was lacking. That's on me. Alright, I was putting this somewhere. Once again, it was another bad game I could yell at. This was getting to like the late in the stream. I think that was the last game I played, if I remember correctly, in the marathon. And I was still awake at that point, and I think I had reached every single drink-based reward. What's the word I'm looking for? Tier, I guess. Donation tier at that point. So I was feeling pretty good at that point, even though the drinks were bad. The alcohol was still flowing in my body. So I got to yell at the game even more. More, honestly, at that point. So like you said, like you all said, it's like a bad fart. You let it out instead of keeping it in, and that's what that was at that point. I was fairly toasted, and I got to yell at bad game for charity, which once again, now I've come to the end of all the games I played that day. Thank you so much for the charity event. I greatly appreciate it. I do apologize that it took me until like the end of the year to fulfill what I had promised on the 420 cooking stream for that one, but I thank you all for your patience on that. I just want to say that in very big earnest. Thank you for waiting for me for that, because I took you way too long for that. Oh shit. And the 100th fighter in the Smash Brothers universe is Burst Burglar. There's no Burst to Smash, but you're still gonna get thrown to death off the battlefield by Burst Burglar. How you doing, brother? Good to see ya. Hope you're doing well. I know twice stands farting, and I mean that's what happens after you drink that aged Velveeta cheese in the mug, so that makes sense. Alright, Super Mario RPG Randomizer. Wow, big surprise, Super Mario RPG, but slightly different, so you get to replay the game again. Wow, what a surprise. And I really like streaming it. I got lost a little bit. It's a little bit frustrating for me, for someone who played the game so much, to be a little bit lost in that game. And it took a little bit longer to finish, like, Final Fantasy Mystic Quest is right now. But, so that frustrated me quite a bit, honestly. I didn't show it, I don't think, but I was like, God, how am I so freaking lost in this game? This is so stupid. So, that goes into really, but, I mean, there's nothing bad to say about it. It's just the kind of game how it works for me. I wish I was playing Echo the Dolphin. Tomorrow. Oh my god. Alright. Mahjong Soul. God. I don't know where to put this. I mean, I guess it goes into the, like... God, Mahjong Soul, as anyone who's played Mahjong in the chat will probably attest to also. Damn, there's times where I really like Mahjong. Damn, there's times where I really fucking hate Mahjong. So it just goes solidly in the middle. I haven't stopped playing it, so it's doing well enough at this point, honestly, to say, yeah, I like Mahjong Soul. I like Mahjong. I like the idea of Mahjong. There we go. Mahjong's the fucking worst. I can't wait to play it again. You see, Valkyrie, that's a trick, though. They didn't give you something to install for the specific reason that you didn't have to uninstall the game to quit. It's just like, hey, we're just a browser click away. Just come on through any time when you're bored. It's like, ugh. You keep coming back. It sucks. When are you streaming next to your SMT3 Nocturne playthrough? Thankfully, I never streamed that. I knew that was gonna take forever for me to do, so I'm like, I'm not even gonna start streaming this. Fuck that. I still haven't even finished it though, quite honestly. So that's on me too. I also like streaming it. For those of you who might not remember, there's 2 times I streamed Mahjong Soul. 3 times. One time when I was learning with Minimat. I like that a lot. That was really good. But I was just like kind of fumbling a bit, so that is what it is. One time I streamed it on my own just to stream it, and that was really good because a lot of people were backseating and saying, hey, you think about this in this situation, that's why this whole thing works and why this works, and it leveled me up a lot that day. That was great. I did a teaching stream for it on my 3rd one. I feel like I could have done a lot better, honestly. I kind of look back on that situation, I'm like, I could have done a lot better at that one, honestly. I feel like one person's still playing Mahjong, the other person never really understood it and never went any further with it, and I feel guilty for that. I know it can't be entirely my fault, but it is something that I kind of look back on. It's like, I could have said that better. Like any situation where you have a conversation with someone, you're like, I could have said that thing better. I could have done that better and stuff like that. That's just what sticks in the back of my head for it. So I liked it overall. I like it. Uninstall your browser. That's the only way to get rid of Mahjong Soul. I think it's for 5 minutes, by the way. But I still overall liked streaming it. Not a bad thing. It's just I like streaming it. So I need to stream it so I can roast your demon roster. My demon roster is actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. My demon roster is actually pretty good. No, you cannot see it. Absolutely not. Oh gosh, I want to learn that. What system was that waifu game on? Oh, that's a browser. Yeah, browser and mobile game. So you can just download it for free and start playing it anytime. And if you have any questions about learning how to play it, you know, I know I just said I'm kicking myself for teaching poorly, but I'm happy to help out anyway. Always help me. I'm always happy. Here's the one that a lot of people were waiting for, I'm sure. Grandia 3. It is significantly worse than I remember. Holy shit. It is significantly worse than I remember. Was it a good tutorial for learning Mahjong? That's the problem with Mahjongs in general. The answer is no, not really. Because the amount of stuff you have to learn with Mahjong before you start playing Mahjong, it depends on how your personal brain works. Do you do well with like having all the rules set out in front of you first and then going from there? Or do you just need a general idea of how the game works and then you figure out all the parts and pieces as you go along? The thing is, a lot more tutorials would lean on, here's everything, and there's just no real short way of getting to that, so you have to really sit down and grind it out. So I think the best choice would be like ask a friend, me, you can ask me, or just try looking on YouTube and see if you can find a video of a certain size that makes you go like, okay, I can sit down for this long and watch this, and if you come up with more questions, less questions and whatnot, you go from there. But yeah. Wow, didn't see it coming. Didn't see Grandia 3 was really bad. Wow. Grandia 3 is like my own personal curse 50 that I put onto myself without, well, I mean, it was a sub goal, mind you, or it was a follow goal, excuse me. That was a 1,000 follow goal, I think. So that was my own. That was on my own fault. That was me. Overall, though, I like streaming it. Honestly, I like streaming it. It gave me a lot of time to just talk and not have super hyper focus on anything, and just acknowledging that like I'm stuck in here. I'm not just stuck in here with Grandia 3, but y'all are also stuck in here with Grandia 3. And shout out to the people who actually stuck around through those streams and for like the long run of those streams and whatnot. That took a lot longer to complete than I even remember was gonna or thought it was gonna take. So I appreciate you all keeping me company as I went through Grandia 3 and had a lot to complain about during that game. And I think for me that is a really important game for me, because I think it unlocked a part of streaming that I hadn't got to really embrace quite yet, and that's the long streams with less content in the streams and more value of me as a streamer adding to that experience. And I think that was a really important part for me as a streamer to learn how to do that, and Grandia 3 was the thing that unlocked it for me. It is fully archived. It is fully archived. So that was like maybe 3 months worth of footage though. So you're in it for the long haul if you decide to start it. But that should be fully archived. Yeah, it's stuck in here with me. We're all stuck. Yeah, and also Jin doesn't get to do it much. But that's where the majority of her fan art comes from. That any fan art I have from her comes from pretty much Grandia 3. So there's also that. But the best way to learn is to have someone teach you. Yeah, I can teach the basics over chat in 5 minutes, but yeah, you need someone to help with the actual game, and that's the part where it's like, you start learning the actual game, you're going like, why is there so many fucking nuanced rules? And then you finally get to like a breaking point where you're like, oh wait, no, everything actually makes sense. It's literally the first thing you told me in 5 minutes. It just, the prettier my hand looks based on that very small rule set, the better, the more points I get. That's it. That's literally it. It's really dumb. Super Mario Bros. 3, which ironically we didn't finish it, but I see why people like Super Mario Bros. 3. I understand now. This is my first time playing Super Mario Bros. 3 in its entirety. It was a part of Variety Versus. It's a great game. I like it a lot. We just didn't finish it because of Variety Versus. Weird. Okay, I have to scroll this down just a bit. I hope it doesn't fuck things up too much, though. Okay, yeah. For some reason, I can't see the bottom of my other screen. I don't know why it adjusted its own size on me like that. If I just, like... What if I... Oh, no. We'll just do it like that. There. Alright. You might be able to see this list on the below, but that's fine. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter one bit. I just have to make sure it's all on screen. There we go. Okay. Yeah, the formatting is fucking breaking. So I'm just gonna do it like this now. If you can see that bottom part of the screen, whatever. It's not a terrible deal. I don't know why, but my right browser decided to break on the formatting, even though they're the exact same thing. So it doesn't. I don't know why. It's weird. But yeah, unsurprising. I also really like streaming it. It's really good. Just Parsec over with Minimap. Minimap's always fun to hang out with. What a surprise. Whoa, wow, crazy. Okay. The chat was really well behaved for Super Mario Bros. 3. I was actually shocked. Like, people were patient. Like, hey, if you need any help, let me know. But just know that it can be kind of dumb to figure out this part or this part here. And especially when Minimap was playing over lag, like, people were really patient about it. I was actually legitimately surprised about Super Mario Bros. 3, and that was super, super nice. So that was really good. Let's see. So Super Mario Bros. 1. That's good. It's good. World 8 sucks, but the rest of the game's really good. But World 8 is like, I had to grind through World 8. That fucking sucked for me. But I liked it. I liked it enough. I think on that regard, though, God, I really wish I didn't blow it up. I didn't blow up on World 8 because there's definitely a significant point where it's like I have to start a new stream specifically to finish Mario Brothers World 8. And this sucks. I don't want to do a separate stream for just World 8, but I had to. And that really turned down the enjoyment of streaming that game for me. And, you know, these things happen. It's not that big of a deal. It is what it is. It's Superb Martin. It is the very first Superb Martin. He did his best. But, he did really good, mind you. There was more to come. But now, in retrospect, it's like, I guess so. Guess that's it. Guess it's Mar. Super Mario World, though. Even though I didn't play it to its full entirety, I understand. I understand why people love the fuck out of this game and why they say it's their favorite game. It is legitimately incredible, and I'm really upset it took me this long to ever lay hands on the game in the first place. So, I honestly feel that way playing Insane. It would have been faster to just learn speedrun strats instead of actually, like, playing the game legit. If it wasn't so stubborn to just beat the game in my own level, I would have just fucking, you know, find out like where like secret mushrooms are and stuff like that and figure out the speedrun tech and just run through it. But I'm like, no, I want to beat the game like if I was retro. And I was stubborn. I always stubborn. I'm also not maybe surprising. I really love streaming the game because for me, I like it when games have a lot of variety that keeps me on my toes and there's always something new to show. That's really exciting to me. And when it's a game that people really hold close to their hearts, I love the energy that comes from that too. I don't think that's surprising that I love that. But yeah, sometimes it's nice to have a bad experience too. Like 100%. Oh yeah, absolutely, 100%. I agree with that. If I reach a point in a game where like this is fun, but I'm done with it, I go and watch one of the speedrun tech to wrap things up. I've got to get this done. The cat walked in, looked at the tier list, and then walked out. He's like, I see you're a Super Mario World liker. Goodbye. No, sometimes it is nice to have a bad experience. And I honestly would have never done like Bad Game December if I truly thought that having a good game was good all the time, you know. All right, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Oh wow, I love Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. I like Super Turbo. I like ST a lot. I still like it to this day. I've liked it for years. Wow, what a surprise. Wow, what a surprise. I love streaming it. Mostly because though, and you're gonna see this as I go into other fighting games, the reason I like streaming Super Turbo so much is because I don't, for whatever reason, how I learned the game is so much more loose than how I learned every other fighter I've ever learned. I fuck around in Super Turbo. I talk trash in Super Turbo. I don't know what it is about Super Turbo, but it's one of the few games that I enjoy more while drinking. Because I wild out a little bit more. I don't get me wrong though, Super Turbo's a fucking awful game. It's a fucking awful game, but damn, I love that game. But yeah, Super Turbo is absolutely a fuck around and find out game, and I really like the ability to say I'm gonna fuck around and find out. And the rounds are short enough that if I need to concentrate on something, the rounds aren't that long, and I can talk about it really quickly, and it kind of works on my quick commentary aspects too. So I like that part a lot. It's really fun. You hate Grandian 3? I'm out. Cat making great decisions out of here. Guilty Gear Plus R. Wow, what a surprise. Everyone's surprised. Let's get this out of the way here. I also mostly got to play this with Minimat more than just playing randoms online. But even when I was playing randoms online, you know, people roll through and said, hey, you want to play matches? I know you're new to the game. Here's what you can kind of do in this matchup here. And I got to learn the Viking matchup from some player who rolled through who was kicking my ass up and down. And that was a blast, honestly. That was really good. The community came through for this game for Guilty Gear Plus R. And while I normally be afraid about being too concentrated on a fighting game, that worked out really well for me. So that was a great time. Wrote Gear. Did I write Gear? Oh my god, I wrote Gear. Amazing. Excellent. 10 out of 10. Gear is here. All right. Where will Shaq Fu go? Where will Shaq Fu go? Could go anywhere. Could actually go anywhere. Who knows? I don't know how many of you caught the Shaq Fu stream. Where will it go? Where will it go? Only Gear remains. Only Gear remains. Honestly, it's okay. It's okay. It's not a terrible fucking game. It's definitely not a good game. It feels pretty awful, but there's actually some small things that once you actually sit down and work with it, that's like, I'm actually having a little bit of fun grinding out the small, dumb stuff in the game. That's giving me some stuff to do. And it's not the worst thing in the world, and it looks pretty. And the soundtrack's actually not too bad either. It's bad, but it's not the worst. Exactly. Made by the Flashback people, apparently. I think that's correct. Yeah. And that's kind of the reason why it looks really pretty, but it animates like shit or plays like shit, because they put so much effort into the animation aspects that, whoops, we forgot that fighting games move at a clip. That's our bad. That's our bad. Or it's Delphi software. Yeah. Okay, there we go. That said, because I got to play with Minimat for a variety versus thing, we really got to grind it out and like talk to each other and say, oh, can you do this thing, or is that unblockable, or can I get out this situation and whatnot? And that part was actually a lot of fun. Risky Sweep. That should be in my variety versus folder and or fighting game folder if you want to go back into VODs. Because I try to organize my VODs as best as I can. And sometimes I put certain VODs into 2 different folders because they fit 2 different things. Fighting games and variety versus in this case. So you should be able to find it in either one if you want to go find it. But I feel like we got to the end there. We were starting to find out a little bit of fun stuff to do. That made it a fun time to share with Minimat very specifically. It was like playing with a friend. Playing with a close friend. And I do like that a lot. It's hella not balanced though. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. The shit we were figuring out with certain characters, the fact that one character can infinite another character very specifically in a matchup was like fucked up good. That game ain't balanced at all. But the game barely also works at all. So there's also that too. Sorry, one, we're not even halfway yet. Oh shit, you're right. You're right. Alright. No More Heroes. Duh. I love the game. Duh, I love streaming the game. No More Heroes is great. No More Heroes is great. Really good game. Play the game. No More Heroes is wonderful. Alright, here's actually a very shocking one for me. I did not realize Uniracers was that fucking good. Uniracers is amazing. I'm shocked that it somehow didn't get more love. That game is fun. Oh my god. That is a lot of fun. Uniraces is great. I got to play with Minimat, so I had to share that with Minimat, and Minimat was having a great time. We were just two dudes having great times on our Uniracers. So, yeah. The main character is the worst character. Yeah, Shaq is unfortunately like, I don't think he's the worst in the game. I thought there was one character worse than him, but I don't remember. I haven't looked at a tier list for that in like years. But no, Unirace is a lot of fun. I am like, if it weren't for streaming, honestly, and me and Minimat were like on the same couch playing with one another, we probably would have played it for like 3 or 4 hours, honestly, I feel like. I just, it's so much fun. But yeah, it did, oh right, I did forget that it got Student Out of Existence by Pixar. I did forget about that, which sucks. But still surprised that Uniraces just didn't get talked about more, because it's still a really fun game. Holy crap. That game is fun. I want to know what's the worst fighting game that's actually kind of fair and get good at it. I mean, that sounds like Sailor Moon to me, but that's just me. All right, here's one that's actually a very, very recent game. Super Roblox Worlds 30. I like it. I mean, I'm not a tactical RPG person, so that pushes it down a little bit for me personally, but I like it. It's a good game. I understand where the value of the game comes from, but since I don't have that history like most people for all those animes that they were trying to pull from, it's a little bit lost on me. So for me, it's just like, oh, it's just another tactical RPG for me, but they're referencing very hard to certain things that I don't know what they are. It's probably among one of my favorite games to stream, even though I play it super slow, even though I have a billion dumb voices I go through, or rather say, it's because I have a billion dumb voices I like to go through and characterizing the characters and having people talk about all these different animes. It's endless content for me to imbibe in, because everyone's super excited about Super Robot Wars. Oh, this anime's showing up. Oh, it's that character from that anime. Or these people know these two from these two worlds. It's so much deeper knowledge than, what was the other guy I was talking about a little bit earlier? Record of Lodoss War. For me, like, Record of Lodoss War, that pool ended. Like, when we got close to the end of the game, people just didn't have much stuff to talk about, and that's not a long game. I feel like every stage of Super Robot Wars has someone in the chat going like, oh, it's that character, and this character is mixed with this character, or here's the history of this character and why they act like this, and it's so deep. I love, once again, I like sharing experiences that people are really excited about, even if I don't know anything about it. And that makes me super excited about these sort of things. Because it was one of the last SNES. Oh, was it one of the last SNES games released? I didn't realize it was that late in the series. Holy shit. But, Matt must have on YouTube do a series exploring that idea, playing what he thinks is worse Criticom. Oh, okay, yeah. But yeah, I understand that reference. Yeah, a lot of people are just going, I understand that reference. And me going like once every 4 hours. Oh, I know that thing. I know that thing over there. But no, it's super good. Super Robot Wars is just great fun. A lot of people really like it a lot, and I'm learning as I go along, honestly, because I'm not great at tactical RPGs either. So that's on me. That's on me. It's not a terrible game. It's sure very misdirected. It's horribly misdirected. There's some pretty bad decisions in the game, but at the core gameplay loop of explore a dungeon, solve simple puzzle, kill thing, it's serviceable. It's serviceable and it's unique enough that it's passable. But holy shit, barely passable. Barely passable. How much do I have to donate to get you to play through a 14 story? Holy shit. My stream would I would probably start a second stream specifically to stream Final Fantasy XIV. So, a fuck ton. So basically, don't at all ever do it. I don't know where I'd find the time for that. I don't want to become a Final Fantasy XIV channel, quite honestly. I do not want to be a Final Fantasy XIV channel. Sorry, fam. Sorry. Still love you. Oh my god, the Sense of Realm junk. Oh, I remember that picture. I have that picture still in the folder. It's so good. It doesn't show up enough, though, honestly, on the roulette for the start of the stream. Blade and Blaze was a blast to stream, honestly. And if I wasn't streaming the game, I would have never, ever come close to finishing it. Like, at all. Ever. But, once again, it's one of those situations, like, I'm not stuck here with Blade and Blaze. they're stuck in, Blade and Blaze is stuck in here with us, community type of thing. And just having people come through and be like, wait, what the fuck's going on? Having to explain how some of these systems work, and now becoming a fountain of knowledge for Blade and Blaze. Explaining how the mechanics of the systems work was actually a lot of fun. A lot of people came through. I feel like, once again, it's one of those streams that I spent a lot of time on, like Grandia 3, and it helped me really, it built me up as a streamer personally to say, here's how I create content from basically nothing. Here's how I talk about stuff from basically nothing. Here's how I keep moving despite being stuck. And here's how I parse my energy in such a way that I can keep doing long streams of this. Like, some streams for Blade and Blaze hit 8 hours. No reason, just hit 8 hours. Just because I really was enjoying streaming it that much. Like, if I had to tier this list, this would probably be like my favorite game I streamed all year. It's fucked up, I know. But that's the game. That's the game. Alright. Alien Soldier. That game whips. There's nothing else to say. That game fucking whips. It's hard as hell. It fucking whips. I'm, once again, at the very point of like, I feel really bad about grinding the game, and especially when I feel like I don't make it anywhere, I get super discouraged when it's on stream. And especially when I have to restart the game over, that's the big thing. So I need to figure out a better way to stream Alien Soldier so that I can move it personally into my light tiers, very light tiers. And I think that's just more save stating, practicing through stages, and finally making a run to go through. I do want to finish it on stream if I can, but we'll see what happens there. CrossFit game is real. Don't shoot him. That'll only make him angry energy. See, I can't be stopped by bad games. I like yelling at games. I like figuring out what makes a game tick no matter how bad it is. There's just always that very curious part of me that's like, okay, but how does this game actually work? Can I abuse any of the systems in the game that was not intentional? What can I do to make the game slightly better? I don't know why. I just have that in my head. Kind of fucked up, but true. All right. Bubsy 2 sucked. I mean, I don't think there's anything to say about that. I don't think there's anything to say about that. Bubsy 2 sure sucked. But because I didn't have to stream it alone, because I got co-commentary with Quinty SD, made it a lot more fun. Gave me someone to shoot the shit with. Someone who could point stuff out and be like, that part sucks, or that's fucking hilarious, and laugh with me about all this stuff. Made it very enjoyable to stream Bubsy 2. Or I should say very enjoyable. It made it decent enough to stream Bubsy 2. Bubsy 1 was last year. And if I had to put Bubsy 1 on this list, it would be liked. Probably liked, honestly. Barely in the liked section, mind you. And I liked streaming it. I liked streaming it enough. I think it had enough variance in the game that kept me really into the zone for it. So, but Bubsy 1 was last year when I was at my old apartment. I do remember that. So, and unfortunately, it's lost to time. I did not realize I had to save a lot of stuff from 2020, so a lot of stuff is missing from my earlier streams from 2020. So I do apologize about that. But Bubsy 1 is one of them that is gone now. Bubsy 3D sure sucked. Wow, what a surprise, I suppose. But unlike Bubsy 2 and Bubsy 1, I did enjoy streaming it. I was having a hard time. The game just sucks, and sometimes that's just how it is. It just be like that. It just was not a good game to stream. I got stuck very often. It didn't feel good to play. I think there's only so much bad games you can watch for a period of time before you're like, okay, this actually sucks. So I don't know. I personally did enjoy Bubsy 3D, and I think that's more of the quality of the game rather than the content of the game. But that was before Blade and Blaze, if I remember correctly. So I don't think I learned the lessons of how to continue entertaining a bad game, even when stuff gets rough. Stuff gets rough. That's a good name. That's a good word. 30XX. I really like that game a lot. Please play 30XX if you get the opportunity. Super good game. For those of you who are not familiar, it's basically a roguelike cooperative Mega Man X with amazing soundtrack. It's really, really good. And on that same note, alright, I'm gonna have to start scrolling up and down on this one. This just got fucked up. I don't know why this feels so much wider than that, my left one, but whatever. I'll just have to scroll up and down. You'll just have to deal with it. I'm sorry. I don't know why it's doing this. I don't know why this is like 40 times bigger than like this one. Because they go at the same rate. That's 125. It's 125. I don't know why the right side is just huge. Anyway, 30XX, absolutely fantastic. I hope they finish the game soon. They're nowhere close as far as I know, but great game. You should play it. Escape from Kyoto House, a escape room game made in a Minecraft engine. I think it's the best way to put that. The game's great. The game's really fun. If you like escape rooms, that game definitely hits home. Haha, house, home, get it? For you. So definitely give that a shot if you have an itching for escape rooms, but you haven't been able to do escape rooms because you've been locked in. Your own room that you can't escape. Dark mode versus light mode. You're right. I have not played 20XX, but 30XX is absolutely really, really good. I would say I love streaming this one though, because I was playing with Minimat again, Variety Versus. It was super good. The game is really well made. It's a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. Playing with Minimat really pushes over the edge about how much I enjoy streaming that though. It was really, really good. And it was like a nice, like, put on some video game music and chill with Minimat as we try to figure out how to escape from an escape room. And I wish we did more of these, honestly, but we just never returned back to it again. And that's on us, because that was a very, very side stream from both him and myself as our way to hang out on Sundays. Another escape room game, The Sick Colleague. I really like this one too. It's... You know what? I think is... well, actually, no. Because there was one puzzle that really sucked for that. There was one puzzle that really sucked for that was like, I don't enjoy that puzzle like at all. And we were stuck on it for way too long because it was really dumb. But once you got past that, like, the actual storytelling of the game is shockingly good. Like, they actually tell you a little bit of a story of what's going on, and there's a twist. There's multiple twists in a single escape room game, which is actually really shockingly good. That said, because we struggled quite a bit on it, I would say I liked it. I liked streaming it, but we were just stuck for such a long time that it took away from the energy of the game for me. Escape from Teardown, then Minecraft. I don't know what Teardown is, so I can't say. I just know, like, these blocks remind me of Minecraft. I'm old. I'm old. So I liked it. I liked it. The puzzle that got us really stuck really took the wind out of our sails from like the first 10 minutes, and that sucks a lot. But the rest of the game was good. It was good enough. Everything made sense after that. And the twists at the end were pretty good. I do like that a lot. When you can tell games through storytelling and twists like that, it's pretty good. Cubes? I know those. This is Minecraft, exactly. The cube that Sandox linked earlier, that's Minecraft. It was a hover cube. A hover brick, I guess. But that's a cube. That's still a cube. Escape from Skull Dungeon. Similar to Kyoto House, but apparently it's an escape room based on the game Teardown. Amber. So I liked it. It wasn't nearly as good as the two other escape room games, by a significant margin. Having platforming in that game, and having monsters in that game, and having a boss battle in that game did not do it any favors. It did not do it any favors at all. It just extended the time in ways that was not very fun or interesting in my opinion. So it goes on the like list. I would suggest it if you're looking for more escape room games after these first two. But beyond that, it's just like, it's not as good. You have to be kind of desperate for it. And in that regard, because we had to slow down that game a lot, it's just like, meh. It's just kind of like, meh. It's just a slow game. It's just a very slow game. It wasn't played in a very specific way. The game also didn't work very properly when they're on one of the puzzles either, and it takes like a whole like 3 minutes to reset the puzzle. So that really was not nearly as fun to stream. So that wasn't in Minecraft. I mean, it was a cube and it hovered. I think I've seen cubes that hover in Minecraft. They can put those blocks anywhere. So I'm pretty sure that's Minecraft cube. Just saying. I've seen Minecraft once. Oh my god. Okay, we have 2 more lines to go. 2 more lines to go. Starting with River City Ransom. That game is a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie. River City Ransom's a lot of fun. It's really, really good. And I'm sure somewhere in the universe, Green Barker guys like hooting and hollering, like, yeah, River City Ransom, yeah! Can you build and configure a closed-in weapon system that does 2004 build? I don't know, you can probably do that in Minecraft. I don't know. I've seen so many things you could do in Minecraft that you could probably do that too, but I can't give you a good answer. I haven't. My sources. Trust me, bro. Trust me, bro. That's my source. Yeah, RCR is really good. I'm really shocked about that too. I'm really actually shocked how fun that game is. Like, I'm more surprised that, in my experience, there's not more games like River City Ransom that aren't River City Ransom. There's definitely beat 'em ups, but nothing really hits that River City Ransom aspect as well as I think it could. I feel like maybe Double Dragon Beyond might be the closest, but that's still the Kunio-ku thing, so it doesn't really count either. So, I don't know, just, it's unique, it's really good. I don't know, not much to say about that. It's really good. Yeah, River City Girls, for example, is really good. Bro, you brushed me, bro. Tomorrow we got it in Minecraft. Exactly, exactly. All right, River City Ransom. If I had to organize this into a list, this is probably my second favorite game to have streamed. That is easily my favorite variety versus I did with Minimat. That was so much fun, and I would legitimately say if there was one single stream that I could point at and say this is the best stream I've ever done, it's the River City Ransom stream. I think that is the one stream that I consider as my singular best stream I've ever done. It was really good. It was a lot of fun. There were ups and downs. We were both having a great time. We were shooting the shit. Green Biker Guy was in there talking about speedrun stuff. Like, it was just so much good energy throughout all of it. That was definitely my current modest, no, what's up with that? No, that's not where. Magnum opus. I'm like, it's MO, but there's two MOs. Magnum opus of streaming. The River City Ransom stream is my personal favorite stream. So I think, yeah, Double Dragon, River City Ransom, same makers anyway. So yeah, Magnum opus because it was my best stream. Yeah, yeah. My lightning in a bottle. Exactly, Rums. Exactly. Your current Metroid author. Oh god. Magma Opus. Oh my god. Okay, that's a good magic card though. Think about RCR is the perfect synergy between good ass music and good ass gameplay. Right. The music's just always pumping the entire way through too. And it's a fast-paced game. It's a fast-paced game. Like, it's a really well-made game that holds up over time, which is shocking. Insanely shocking. But yeah. I think it's my best stream. Honestly, I think it's my best stream. I love streaming it. I had such a good time with it. It brought love back into my life in a year of a doubt. That was a little bit dramatic. I was doing good anyway, but all right. So Jumpala, also part of Variety Versus. People may not remember, but it was an early access game that me and Minimat just happened to find. Or I happened to find. Me and Minimat played it. We love the game. It's really fucking good. I think, honestly, I would have put that in love, but it's probably the bottom of love if I had to say, if I had to tier it out at all. Can I just request to get that RCR jam for a bit? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Let's do that. River City Ransom OST. Oh, I'm had to find the right one. What? Why with gameplay? Why would you do that? Unless it's gameplay and... Okay. Okay, it's just playing the music. Okay. Let me turn up the OBS real quick here. There we go. Is that good, volume-wise? We can absolutely do this, though. Absolutely. Alright. Let me know if the volume is too low or too high or anything like that. It's fine? Alright, perfect. Thank you much. Jumpala, though, in the small indie game that we played, me and Minimat fucking loved it. It's such a fun game. It's still really, really good. Watched a few tournaments with it. The maker of the game came through also. And, you know, we talked about tiers and strategies and whatnot, and, you know, had some back and forth about stuff, and, like, even to the point where ultimately the maker of the game came through and said, like, all right, I heard about what you and Minimat were saying about this character here, and ultimately, yeah, you're right. While there are ways to beat the character, it's so devastatingly... You have to learn the game so well to get there to make him just not the best character by jumping a leap. Just to make him the best character. He actually talked with us about all of this, and so it was, like, really... additionally cool to just figure out how much love was going to that game. But the game itself was already fun before even those changes that he made. So that was really, really good. Dropping my chase to the beat. Barfing to the beat. Oh my gosh. So Jump Ball is a really good game. If you find it, go check it out. Like, it's a really fun game, especially if you can play with somebody else. I don't know how the single player is, honestly, but... And the music's really good. The music is also really good. I don't think the OST is uploaded quite yet, but if it is, check that out too. Where was I? Yeah, Jump Ball up. So this is a weird one. I enjoyed this game with Minimat. I love playing it a lot. I think it was a two-parter thing that, like, 2 half points that take it away from just love. And this is nothing against anyone. I just want to be very clear about this. But I know what takes the wind out of my sails sometimes. One part of it is that it's not a very easy game to watch and understand what the hell is going on and why we're doing the things we're doing and what's happening. So it takes a lot of effort to take a high concentration game and explain what's going on as much as we can every time, and probably not do a great job of explaining it. Like, I was not doing a great job explaining it. That's on me. That's early year streaming stuff that I failed at. That's on me. That is what it is. But part 2 is that we did a 3-person stream of myself, Minimat, and Ty. And Ty's a great sport. Like, mind you, Ty's a great sport, but damn, he just did not like the game. It was not his style. And my dumbass, like, because I had talked with the person ahead of time who made the game, and I'm like, are you ready to hear, like, any opinions out there possible and whatnot? And, you know, he's on board because he wants to make the best game possible, obviously. So when I asked Ty for his opinion on the game, like, he wanted to share his opinion on the game, he's like, no, I don't want to. And it was just, like, a very awkward moment that I should just read the room and just be like, no, I should have just not said anything and let it go. That's my fault. That's on me. But, it is what it is. It took some wind out of the sails for the game, but I think ultimately it's just a game that doesn't stream very well just because of how much effort needs to go into explain the game every single time. And to get to that point will take a lot of effort for me as a streamer. So I'm like, I really like streaming it. It's not in the love section. There's just few things that are just like, either you like it or you don't. There's a huge dichotomy there, and it takes a lot of effort to get into the game without having to play the game. So it is what it is. It's not a big deal necessarily, but you should play Jump Ball. Honestly, it's a great game. I don't know why No More Heroes 1 and No More Heroes 2 is like so heavily spread apart, but there it is. No More Heroes 2, also the love game. Still love the game a lot. Probably more than 1, honestly. It's still a really good game. Also, I really love streaming it too. One thing I forgot to mention about No More Heroes 1 and 2 is that Dr. Dubs was also co-commentating on those ones also. So that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun to have him on board, chatting it up again, all that good stuff, and regaling stories about anime and everything like that, and his own experiences. It's really cool when you get Dr. Dubs to talk a lot about stuff. So, love Dr. Dubs. He did a great job with it. He did a great job making it very fun to stream with him. Loved streaming with the guy in general. Loved it. It was a great time. Plus, the game's really good on top of everything else. I have not thought about this one at all. I have not thought about this one at all. This is a hard one. I never thought about Ernest Evans. I mean, he's no higher than Light. Goddamn it, Taurus, man. I almost spewed my drink. I think it falls under okay/meh for one very specific reason that might move up Bubsy 2. It's not a good game. I don't think it's a good game. But it's short enough that it's manageable. It's a manageable game. I wouldn't say I played it for long enough to not enjoy it. Not to get to the point where I just didn't enjoy the game at all. But that's because it's a short game that moves very fast and you can get through it pretty quickly. I think Bubsy 2 actually crosses that line between it's a very short game, but it's just too long. I had to deal with Bubsy 2 for too long that still falls into do not enjoy. So there's that. Ernest Evans streaming though was a fucking blast. Holy shit. Ernest Evans just keeps throwing shit at you, and it does not care if you live or die. I really enjoy playing the game and just having a sheer audience of people go like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, I don't know either. I don't know what's happening. Ernest Evans was a surprise for everyone, and I love it when that happens. When everyone's shocked and terrified for what's going on. Slaughter Sport. It's bad. Look, I spent the time. It's bad. It feels awful. It's Shaq Fu, but without any of the cool underlying shit that you can play around with. It doesn't work that well to say, here's cool underlying shit that works out with the game. It's, wow, your jump kick's really good. Hope you can land it over and over against this enemy, or this thing's really good against this enemy for some reason. It's more of a game of abusing AI rather than anything else. So that's the part that makes it very, very rough, honestly. Oh yeah, guess what happens when I run out of River City Ransom to listen to? Since we're talking about 30XX, this is right here. Oh, gotta start from the intro. Not me, make sure the volume is good also. Okay, I think that's good. I think that's good. I think that's good. If this doesn't get you to play 30XX, nothing will. Okay, back to the street here. Instantly louder music, I know, I know. It kind of starts blasting. Let me turn it back down again. Touch quieter. Alright. There's a few touches quieter. I think that should be good, right? Burrito, what about the mechanic in Slaughter Sport where you can just buy away the opponent's jump? Yeah, except for the fact that, oh, I also have to buy attack power and my health back. I don't care about the opponent jumping. The opponent can still sweep me once and win the entire match. That's fine. That's fine. I need to do better than fine. Oh. I'm gonna turn it down a bit more for me, though. For me, honestly. There we go. It's the dumbest thing. It is the dumbest thing. Absolutely, 100%. The game is not well made. The game sucks. It's okay to stream, though, honestly, because I think there's just enough in the game to try to beat the computer that it's a PvE situation where everyone's in on the aspect of like, oh, we gotta figure out how to beat the computer. How do you do this in this really bullshit game? And it's actually a little bit fun when you have a whole crew on your side trying to beat a game that's clearly not meant to be beat. And everyone's just like getting hype over it. I love that shit. I love that shit a lot. That's really, really good. All right, the one that was from yesterday, the Three Stooges. No, I didn't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy it. All right. Three Stooges did not come through, honestly. It's not the worst game. I'll give you that. The minigame aspect of it is actually pretty cool, but the fact that there's only so many minigames on there that you can really do makes the game fall flat super fucking quickly. That said, the graphics are really actually kind of good in that game, in a fucked up way. That game has actually pretty good graphics. Yeah, curly noises. NES curly noises, which is fucking terrifying. But that said, the game falls short. Like, I only streamed for like an hour and a half because I ran out of things to stream on the game. I had nothing else to say. I had nothing else to do. The game was beat. I wasn't going to play it through again to get a better ending. Like, the game was played. It falls way too short, honestly. It falls way, way too short. Oh, weird. I'm missing one game. Oh, wait, no, I'm not. No, okay. I see the game now. It's just on a different level. It's a group game you need to play with friends. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like, I feel like streaming is kind of a little bit of a group game for me, and I enjoyed it in that regard, but man, that game just is done. That game is just done very fast, and that just sucks. That really sucks about it. There's always a Three Stooges challenge for a show at least. Yeah, I was gonna say, I have not seen a Three Stooges challenge in a while, but I remember seeing the Cracker one, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's on Arcade Tape. Which, now that I know how to play it, we're never gonna see it again, of course. Alright, Castlevania Rondo of Blood. People who are here for the stream will not be surprised. But people who are not here for the stream will be probably surprised. Curly nose deer. If it didn't make me make this whole list, I probably would. Like must fuck with my way to get to a solo whammy bar. Oh, Guitar Hero 3 and the rock-offs. Yeah. Can you imagine a competitive game? I mean, the thing is, it could actually work, potentially, but it's like the Infinity Stones from Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, where, yeah, you could do cool things with it, but there's always just gonna be like one or two things that just are completely and utterly better than anything else, no matter how well you think it's thought out, unfortunately. So that does make it a little bit harder there, Dectalon. Rondo's neat. I think if I replayed Rondo and I just did a Maria run, I would love it. But since I only played, what's his name's run? Richter's run, I think his name is. I was very underwhelmed, honestly. I was like, meh. Not very exciting, honestly. It took all the things that I don't like about Castlevania and put them all into one game and said, no, this is by design now, because this is the harder Castlevania. But yeah, Bobby runs with Maria. He does. And she seems really cool, and everything I thought the game should have included. Now I'm like, why doesn't Richter have half of these abilities? He should. You clearly showed you could make a game with more action-oriented things going on, and you decided that just Richter should walk everywhere like Simon. And it's just not fun. Where'd I put Rondo? Oh, I put it in okay/meh. And yeah, I'm like, it's meh. It's meh for what I got to play of it, and I had no... I know there's like all these different paths that people are like, well, you have to play all these different paths. It's like, I absolutely fucking don't. I was not inspired to go find different paths. It's like, well, you didn't unlock Maria. The game didn't tell me where Maria is. So, from a gameplay perspective, if Maria was that, I guess, easy to miss, then that's how the experience of the game went down. So, I don't know. If I played it again and I played Maria, I'd probably love the game. For how I end up experiencing it, yeah, Richter is really used by comparison. They really showed their hand, like, say, we could do this, but we aren't. So that said, kind of the same. It's like another Castlevania game in my eyes. I'm like, I wasn't really enjoying it. I know my energy was kind of down on it, and I'm kind of like meh on it. So I know that's a me thing versus the game. Well, it is the cause of the game, but I know it's me in response returning that same energy back instead of giving more energy out in turn of how much I wasn't enjoying it as much. You have to give you Richter instead of all the cards since the other night. It's just a worse experience. Yeah, that's a really good way of putting it, actually. I like that a lot. That's a really good way of experiencing it. Supposed to basically list on Twitter? Yeah, probably. I think people want to complain at me, so this is the perfect way to do it, right? Yeah, I'll put it on Twitter, though. That'll be on Twitter. One code asked me to play it as an old school style. I played Bloodstained Curse 1 and 2. Yeah, I played Bloodstained Curse of the Moon. Here it is. Here it is. I had a fucking great time with this game. Holy shit. This game is good. I had a great time with that game. It was really, really good. That game is fun. I still haven't played number 2 yet, but Castlevania for some reason seems to be that game that's like, I don't know what to stream today. Let's do another Castlevania game since I'm so lacking on my experience with them. So, I'm sure I'll play Bloodstained 2 at some point. But yeah, Bloodstained Curse of the Moon, great game. Loved it. Super good. I think it falls into really like for me, and that's just a personal thing. That I just... Yeah... I don't know. I think just it's gonna be one of those weird situations like, I didn't fall in love with streaming it. There's no real bad reason for that. It's just... It just didn't hit perfect home for me. I didn't fall in love with the streaming experience. I fell in love with the game. I don't know. It's a weird thing for me. Ritual of the Night. I tried... I don't like it. I really don't like Ritual of the Night. Ritual of the Night is the Symphony of the Night one, right? The Metroidvania one, right? If I remember correctly. But no. Yeah. I tried. I've gone back to it like 3 times now, and I'm just like, every time I start it up, I'm just like, God, I really don't enjoy this. I don't know what it is, but the gameplay just does not hit home with me. And mind you, I play Symphony of the Night. I remember loving Symphony of the Night. I love all sorts of Metroidvania games. I mean, regular Lotus War is here. I haven't played the new Metroid yet, but I played other Metroids. I don't know. It just did not hit home for me. I really don't like it. I did see Zangetsu mode, though. Bobby was playing that, and I'm like, this looks like the game that should have been from the get-go, once again. So, I don't know. It's a love letter to Symphony of the Night, but... without any of the flair, honestly. The areas for me are not very interesting. The fights for me are not very interesting. The movement's not very interesting to me. I don't know. It just doesn't hit home for me. And who knows? Maybe I'll play Symphony of the Night again someday, and I'll be like, wow, I just don't enjoy Symphony of the Night as much as I thought I did. And those things happen. You know what? These things happen. Speaking of, though, Metroidvanias, Hollow Knight was great. Hollow Knight was fucking amazing. I'm really glad that you all pushed me to play Hollow Knight. That was really, really good. I super enjoyed Hollow Knight. There's no way like, hey, play the Sultan Randomizer. Absolutely not. I need to play Sultan of the Night.
Bummer.
In the first place. In the first place, I need to play it. So I can remember what the fuck's going on in that game. Because I was on Blacktastics and Big John's boss stage show. Boss something. Boss Brothers, I think it's called. I can't remember right now. And Tina and I had to play Castlevania Symphony of the Night. I did not remember jack shit from that game, and we were just lost for like 20 minutes. Like, it was a 20-minute challenge to get the most, like, things. And we both were just, like, lost for, like, 15 minutes. It was really embarrassing. It was really bad. Super Boss Bros, thank you. So I was like, well... I guess I should probably play this game again someday, because holy shit, I don't remember jack shit at all. That said, I really like streaming it. It wasn't the perfect game for me to stream because, once again, it's one of those things that I get really lost in the open world and I get distracted in the open world. But the good thing about Hollow Knight is, like, if you do get distracted or lost in the open world, it leads to something that's very interesting every time. It just takes me a while to get there because I'm not great at retaining huge maps of memory because I'm more of a pictorial memorial person. So that's a really hard part for me, that I do things a lot by picture memory. And so if I could not remember where certain places link to another place, I would be lost for like a couple hours. And so I feel like I wasted a lot of time on that. So, but no, it's still a great experience and everything like that. And I think the big part about me really not going to love is like all the stuff I really want to grind out on, unfortunately just takes away a lot of time for me to just sit there and grind again. And as I mentioned before, I'm very self-conscious about that, and maybe I shouldn't be as much, but I put some effort into some grinding some things for the secret bosses and whatnot, but there's just so much more there that I'm just like, I don't want to continue streaming that. I've been doing this for like 2-3 months now, and I do want to move on to other games. And I think that's a big thing for me. How quickly can I move on to other games if I'm not grinding on certain things? Pictorial Memorial. Pictorial Memorial. Yes, perfect. But I think it was a great game, nonetheless. I'm really happy I streamed it. Don't get me wrong about that. It's just not in the love section. Speaking of Castlevania games, we're getting a lot of these. Castlevania 1, I liked it. It's good. It's good. I would say it's very, very edging on really liked, but it's a good game. It's very enjoyable. And despite being a game that caused me a lot of problems to stream because I had the wrong version of the cart, so I had freeze-ups at certain points of the game because too much shit was on the screen and whatnot. It was actually a pain in the ass to stream, but I think overall it still falls into the light category. It was a really big pain in the ass. I had to like restart certain things and get back to certain areas and whatnot. But big shouts to Eskimo7 for actually gifting me the Castlevania collection on Steam, so I can actually finish the game. That was a mess. That was a pain in the ass. Castle 1 is solid. It's very, very solid. To be everything I gave for the same reason. I just want to move on off my stream, but I never beat the Coliseum or the DLC bosses. Yeah. That's the big thing. I didn't do any of the extra stuff. Even though I do have all the bosses and stuff, or all the DLC and stuff like that. I just never got through with it. And that's fine. That is what it is. But yeah, it never feels like it's fucking with me. It just feels like it's... Here's the mechanics. This is the age of mechanics. Just figure it out. It's meant to be a tight experience to work with these mechanics. And if you figure out anything else in the meantime, that's great. Just unfortunately, the game froze up on me a lot until I had to basically start over, which that sucked. That sucked a lot. But it is what it is. One day I'll beat Dracula. You didn't beat Dracula? I thought you did. I could have sworn you did. I could have sworn I was there. Or maybe I'm thinking of Castlevania 3, which is next up on the list. I really like Castlevania 3. That's really good. I really like Castlevania 3 a lot. I think it still falls into the light category for me. Not because it was a pain in the ass as much, but I think because I ended up on a path that happened to be one of the harder paths to actually beat the game on with the, and once again, people kind of reacted like, oh, why'd you go that path? What am I supposed to do? What knowledge am I supposed to have? I don't know why. I don't know what it is about Castlevania 3, but people were like, well, why did you go on that path? I don't know. I picked a path and I moved on. This is my first time playing the game. I have no knowledge about what paths I'm supposed to take yet again. And it's just one of those things that, for me, when people defend the game on saying, oh, you didn't go that fast, so that's why you didn't like it as much, just basically go like, okay, then that's a problem of the game design, not of the player design. I could not make a considerable smart decision about what I want to outcome out of this. So I enjoyed it. It was a fun stream to stream. It's just a weird, I ended up on an unlucky path where I just had a hard path that I had to deal with, and it just sucks. Also, apparently the American version is a lot harder too, which made it even worse. It's what it is, though. I've never beaten Death. Well, I mean, Death's not meant to be beaten. I mean, it's just a concept, really. No, I understand. That's fucking hard. Fuck. Not for PRs, but do I want to do it on stream? I can understand that, Susie. I can understand that. Maybe that's how you should bring the new year in. Can you beat Dracula before the year ends? Alright, we're getting down to the last row here. Hi, my Hetty. It's good. It's a good game. Nothing else to say about it, really. It's a good game. Very tough, honestly. Very, very tough game. But it's a fun game. Has a lot of energy behind it. I enjoy it. It's a good game. Good suggestion. I know that came from, I'm pretty sure that came from Jen. Oh. Uh-oh. Don't tell me that froze up for no good reason. Okay. Okay, good. Okay, are we good? It might stay in light because the machine's breaking. Alright, I'm just gonna let go. I'm gonna save and download this right now because for some reason it's getting like a very, very choppy. And I don't want to lose all my work if I can help it. Title tier list. Just in case. Download image. Just in case something goes terribly wrong. Let's be better safe than sorry on this one. Sorry that you have to see whatever folder we end up in. Oh god. No. I will not add a description. Can I download the image now? Virginia preview image. Okay. Okay. I don't know what's happening. I don't know why it's not saving. Okay, download I just want to download the image. Can I just download it? No? Okay, fine. Oh, good. Okay. Well, there it is. Save image as. Okay. So just in case things go south with this list for some reason, I'm gonna make sure I can at least remake the list from this point on. We're so close to the end at this point that I don't want to lose it. And do the same thing with this one. Just in case 2. Alright, save. Give me a moment here. Here's my apologies. Oh, shit. Okay. Download the image then. Okay. Hopefully I can go back because I need to exit out that last one. Okay, just go back and or do I have to fix it up again? Okay, good. Okay, good. So we don't lose all of our work in like one fell swoop. I just want to make sure about that. I apologize. Alright. Everything's back here. Yeah, as best we can do it. Okay, okay, we're good. Thank you for that. Hetty was this year? I think Hetty was this year, yeah. I might be wrong. That might be a late 2020 game. Oh, no, it had to be, right? No, I don't remember, honestly. I don't remember, actually. Huh. You know, I don't remember. It might be wrong, but if not, whatever. Not a big loss, anyway. Rocky Rodent. It's still okay. It's still a fine game. It does a lot of creative stuff. It's still a fine game. I appreciate what the game is and stuff like that. Rocky Rodent, you know, it's an alright game. If you're looking for an alright game to play, Rocky Rodent can be there for you. That said, it was a lot of fun to stream. I think this is one of those games that's like, it's yell at bad game situation because it keeps throwing new stuff at you. It definitely beat my ass at the end of it, but I still actually enjoyed streaming it. Just, I think, because it's once again, it's a personal game that I grew up with, and I get to share that with all y'all type of situation that made me very happy to do that, so. A bad game in December of overflow. I think that's what it was. Maybe that's what it was. I had an overflow of games, and so I had to come back in January to finish a few things. So I think I tried to do a few more since I had to cut off some streams in December. So I think that might have been what it is. Surprising no one, Mr. Bones. Yeah, sure didn't enjoy that. Mr. Bones is pretty It's pretty rough as a game. It has its high points, but all of it's not in the gameplay. All of it's in the cutscenes and the music and the things and everything else that's not playing the game, unfortunately. I do have to say, though, I really enjoyed streaming it. That was really a lot of fun to stream. That was a really fun game to stream. Just once again, one of those games that's like, everyone's just kind of like, let me actually do this. Alright. How's that look right now? I think that's the best we're going to get. I think it's the best we're going to get right now without going too tiny. But yeah, it's just one of those games. It's just a fun stream. It's just really good. Mr. Bones, we remember this. I really liked streaming Mr. Bones. He was there. He was having a great time. Just getting told shit about Mr. Bones, like, oh, well, this is how this thing works. What? Why? Mr. Bones is just an experience that I feel like it's one of those rare games that if you just watch someone play it, you get the full experience of what Mr. Bones is all about. Like, you don't get any extra experience from, like, playing the game yourself. It's just watching someone else play it is just enough, and I feel like that energy really persisted. So that was really, really good. That was a really fun stream. Mr. Bone rules. Mr. Bones fucking sucks. Hey, it's for the games that suck. All right, well, that was an easy one. All right, well, that's done with. Let's move on before Red May Susie files a complaint. Nah, I did not like X3. But I would say it would edge on the okay aspect, but the things that you get stuck on in the game are more on the reason of this is just not greatly designed versus the game's just bad, if that makes any sense. But then we have the cutscenes that just are like, oh god, I really don't look forward to the cutscenes. If I don't look forward to the cutscenes in a game that stars a Playboy bunny, that's saying a lot. But on the other hand, I just... Yeah, maybe I deserve that. My coffee splashed out of my cup, but thankfully not onto me, so that's a small victory there. Can't ask me. That was my first Gex I've ever played, so I can't tell you if Gex 1 or 2 are supposed to be good. I've never played them. That's my first Gex game I've ever touched hands on. That said, yeah, Gex 3, I feel like I just didn't do anything interesting, fun. It was just like, I felt like I was going at a pace of something that was like just jerking me around, and I'm like, I have no autonomy over what's going on, I feel like, so it is what it is. But they are better than Gex 3, okay. that's worth something. Speaking of number 3s of games, No More Heroes 3. I really liked it. I don't think I loved it, quite honestly. I think there's just too much buffering between the things that you want to do in that game and the things that they actually set you up with in that game are just not nearly as... The game doesn't flow nearly as much as it did in previous games. And that made it a little bit less interesting to me, but I still really like it a lot. I just think it is the weakest of 1, 2, and 3, honestly. I'm gonna use an example. Gex 1 and Gex 2 are the best games ever made. Damn, that's one hell of a comparison. That's a terrifying comparison to see how good Gex 1 and 2 is comparatively. That means Gex 1 and 2 are must-plays, and Gex 3 can be ignored forever. But yeah, No More Heroes 3, I like the game a lot, but I didn't love the game. Maybe if I replay it someday, I'll be like, oh yeah, maybe I do love the game, but when I think about replaying it, I'm just like, it just doesn't excite me. It just doesn't excite me as much as 1 and 2 would. And because of that, I think it falls a significant tier down for how much I enjoy streaming it. Because it was a lot of just... There's a lot of errand running in that game, I think is the big thing. I'm just running errands. I'm just going from point A to point B. I'm doing a thing. I shrug a lot. I move on to the next thing. It was a lot more cut and paste game, and there weren't as many exciting moments to point out and be like, oh yeah, that's where I get to do this thing, or this moment happens, and whatnot. There's a lot less of those exciting moments that made me really love No More Heroes and streaming No More Heroes as much. It was just like a task simulator, I guess. So it's just like, Alright, it is what it is. I just didn't super enjoy it, and that's fine. Alright, here's one that we literally did today. I like it. I like it. The thing about a randomizer is like, the quality of the game differs heavily on your experience of what happens in the game or what doesn't happen in the game. And my current randomizer right now, my current experience with it is like, it's tougher, but not in a way that's cohesive to the gameplay, and it's not something I can personally fix. Like, if I'm stuck in Super Mario RPG randomizer because I can't beat a boss, I can go somewhere else and get more levels, and my whole party levels up, and I can find extra items and stuff like that. Final Fantasy Mystic Quest randomizer doesn't really lend itself really that well to it so far, so that is what it is. That is just what it is. Are high from my point of view for No More Heroes 3, but that's a valid point too. I can see why people would like No More Heroes 3 a little bit more. I think it just took away some of the smaller, nuanced things that I liked about previous No More Heroes, which is that I do like that it's very over the top, both in the level leading up to the boss and the boss themselves. It was that made it much more of a cohesive experience in that section, versus, well, you get to fight all these aliens for a while, you get to refight some bosses for a while, you get to do some, like, small tasks for a while, which I don't feel are as fun as number 2's. And then you get to go fight the boss, and there's no lead up to that boss. There's no world building around that boss as much. You get to watch the world building versus being a part of the world building. But I will say about No More Heroes 3, I did not do any of the extra stuff that might have made it more fun for me. That's just me, though. But no, I think that's fair. I think it's a fair argument, honestly. No, I honestly say, feel free to say, in my opinion, in my argument, from my perspective, share your personal opinions. There's no reason to shut it down, honestly. I'll respond to it. I might respond strongly. You might respond strongly. We're human. Fuck it. Just talk about what we like and don't like. That's fine. We're an open stream here. We're adults, for the most part. Jedi are evil or whatever. Save brain cells. See, if we didn't do that, we wouldn't get these moments in this stream. You understand why it's important now. But yeah, for me, it fell a little bit short, but I would still suggest No More Heroes 3. But I definitely see why people would like the game a little bit more. And I didn't get into the game as in-depth as other people. Alright. Maybe not surprising anyone, Blaster Master Zero. In fact, since Blaster Master Zero 2 is just right here, I love both these games to death. I fucking love these games. They're absolute masterpieces. I have a great fucking time with them. I know some people don't like... Oh, whoops, I didn't put Mystic Quest Randomizer up there yet. My bad. Let me get to that in a second. I know some people don't like the second half of Blaster Master Zero 2, but I personally love the second half of Blaster Master Zero 2. I like revisiting areas with a different game plan and different abilities in mind to go do different things in that same world, and I think it did a great job with it. As for streaming it, here's kind of where I'm at with that one. Blaster Master Zero 2 was fucking great. I feel like I did a game at a really good pace. I got to the end, and my stream card started dying in the middle of the last fight. That's an experience that cannot be made. That was so hilarious. That is so hilarious. No, Jin's spitting the truth. The plant with the large melons. The plant with the large melons. She keeps saying tits and breasts and boobles and stuff like that, but no, she just has large melons. Gotta get it straight at some point. I mean, I don't know. So Blaster Master Zero 2, I feel like moved at a good pace. I feel like Blaster Master Zero 1 moved at a good pace. Blaster Master Zero 2 takes a little bit more effort. It's a little bit more repeating. You're gonna go in a lot more small task areas, and you kind of want to collect everything. I enjoy collecting everything, but I know that slows the pace down heavily. And I was starting to feel a little bit of that as I got to the end of the game, especially as I got to the last area. I kind of forgot how long that last area was, and I was like, oh jeez, I kind of just wanted to be over now. I've done everything I needed to do, but I just needed to be over. I was getting tired. So, it falls more into, like I said, the really like, but like barely. Mind you, barely. I still really enjoyed streaming Blaster Master Zero. Just, it was a little bit longer for me at the very end. Alright, before I forget it, Final Fantasy Mystic Quest Randomizer I think also falls into the likes category. I like relearning the game. Are we just listening to Illusion of Gaia now? I guess we are. Alright, that's fine. I don't care. Illusion of Gaia is good. Great OST. Pretty good game. How to make someone vegetarian in one image! Oh my gosh. my gosh. Final Fantasy Mystic Quest randomizer. The first day, I was actually a little bit worried about it. But I got to the second day here today, and I feel like things picked up in the right way for a randomizer, that like I had a little bit more autonomy to do stuff in the randomizer, to say, oh, I'm actually at a impasse. I need to actually take some time to do this and focus on this and try to get this equipment. So I actually felt like I was playing the game versus like, oh, I got an Excalibur. I guess I'll just hit everything for like 600 damage until the game's over. But thankfully, it didn't end like that. So it falls into like, but it would have fallen into okay/meh if I hadn't had streamed it today. Now, here's a year favorite for a lot of people. Omori. In an appropriate red also on top of everything else. I loved Omori. Maybe not surprising anyone. Omori was a great experience and is one of the few times I've cried on stream. It is one of the few times I cried on stream. I tried to avoid it. I tried my damnedest, but damn, that last scene in the ending, it got me. It got me. I broke tears. Nothing to be ashamed for like that, but I was trying my damnedest to not break, and it got me. I was trying to be professional, and it didn't work. Omori was damn good. And in that same vote, I love streaming it. It's one of those games that I think people were really patient about, to say, okay, let me watch the game a little bit here. Let me understand what's going on in the game. It's a JRPG, so people get what's going on anyway. And the people who played it really just waited with bated breath to see what was going to happen next. It was a really exciting game to stream. On top of my good friend Koba Cake. She made a background for me specifically for those streams too, because she's the one who bought me the game. And that background whips. It's so good. I love it when I get any of her art. I love supporting her. She's really good. You should definitely support her art if you like Final Fantasy 14 stuff. She does a lot of Final Fantasy 14 art on Twitter. It's just Koba Cake. So definitely check her out if you want more Final Fantasy 14 art in your life. She does a lot of it. Never feel bad to cry. I don't feel bad for crying. I feel bad for doing it in front of an audience. I think that's what it is. It's just, it's weird. It's unique. It was a unique experience to be that vulnerable in front of a camera, in front of an audience. That's what it was. The crying part, not bad. The doing it in front of people felt more vulnerable than I've ever felt in my life. But that's fine. You know what? That's actually okay. It was just one of those things it's just more of a funny thing to look back on, because I was trying. And I hit that last scene and like, fuck, no, it's done. The dam has broken. It's over. Oh, gosh. We got 3 games that came out. Strive, Lumina, and Airport for Alien currently run by dogs. I still need to really actually like play Airport for Aliens currently run by dogs. That seems really fun. That seems really good. But yeah, I think I was just trying to keep it professional. And I was like, no, it is what it is. It happens. These things happen, and it's fine. It's just more of a funny to look back on it. So yeah. Probably more through the Endwalker than I ever had in the entire rest of my life. The horror childhood. Damn, I could have not streamed that. That's a good one. Also, for the 101 fighter in Smash Brothers, we have V for Vanarchy. If you think Anarchy is bad enough, wait for Vanarchy to come and kick your ass off the battlefield. Good to see you, fam. Hope you're doing well. Oh yeah, Deltarune 2 came out this year. I forgot. I have not played that yet. I need to stream it, but I have not played that yet. Alright, and the final game on the list, Monolith. I seriously love Monolith. I still think about Monolith to this day. I still kind of play it every now and then to this day. I really like Monolith. Actually, you know what? No, actually, it's fine. I'm going to keep it in loved. But I do have significant complaints about the game that I would enjoy it more if because, I mean, as with a roguelite, you make it through the roguelite, and you win, and then it unlocks extra stuff. Unfortunately, all the extra stuff is kind of locked behind beating hard mode, and the hard mode is not very fun to me. I just struggle way too much with that. I'm not very good at Monolith, mind you. I'm good enough to beat the game on normal mode and do it somewhat consistently, but I am not good enough to beat the game on hard mode, and it's not enjoyable enough of a game for me to do it, and that's really sucks, but I still like playing normal mode a lot. So I love it. I wish I could love it more. But I still love it for the package that I can personally partake in. Just hard mode's just really fucked. I cannot do hard mode for whatever it is. Hades was 2020. Yeah, Hades was 2020. It took me about, I think, 10 runs for me to get through my first win, and then I just took it offline from there. So yeah. That was way back. That was a year ago. Hades is good. Hades is good. You should play Hades too. And then Monolith, I would say I really like streaming it. Kind of going on some other stuff I talked about earlier. It takes a lot of focus for me to play a shmup. And, I mean, this is a shmup, roguelike, everything. It takes a lot of focus for me to focus on that, so I get very silent throughout the time, and I fall behind on chat really, really hard. I've been trying to keep up good with that. I know if things are moving fast nowadays, but I try to keep my best with chat, and I feel like that's just one game that takes a lot of my attention to play it decently well at a point that makes me happy. It's just, it takes a third brain cell that at that point it had not found yet to be able to play that game while streaming it. But I love the game a lot still. Like, to the point where it's like, I don't know what I'm streaming tonight? Fuck it, let's just do Monolith. Oh, I need to kill some time while I'm cooking this thing? Fuck it, let's play Monolith. And it was like that for about half a year for me. I really like Monolith. It's such a good game. The OST is really good. I have the vinyl for it. Like, Monolith is a really fucking good game. There's a Hades too! TARDIS man. TARDIS man with the good jokes. You love to see it. Is there convenient ways to suggest games for you to play? Not really at this point. And that's more because I haven't set up a system yet. If you want to suggest games to me, just go ahead and DM me the name of the game, so I just have it. I can't make any promises at this point, because I know you asked earlier about how much is it to like get you to play certain games and whatnot, and I was asked about that last stream and everything like that. I try to open up certain situations and times to say like, okay, well I got these games over December, let's just try them out, so on and so forth. So I try to keep those moments open. I try not to make it a monetarily based voting system as much as I can, but I think I need to find out a better way to do that in the coming years, because there's so many games I'm missing out on, period, that have been suggested, and it's just like, I haven't gotten to that yet, and I just won't get to that yet. So, Spiritfarer, not on stream. I think I've seen that before. I can't remember that one. I can't remember that. But, what song is this? Let's find out here. This is Bahamut Lagoon, Friendship. So yeah, that's the list. I don't know how well you can see it because everything got really small between these two lists here. I don't know how well you can see it, but I'll just go ahead and save it, download it, save it, all that good stuff, and then I'll post it on Twitter for y'all to see. This is Enjoyed Game. There we go. Enjoyed Game. Cool. And let me download this one, and this is Enjoyed Streaming. Oh! Come back. Come back. There we are. Enjoyed Streaming. Hell yeah. Alright. But where's this stream rate on the enjoyability scale? Oh, you know it's a love this stream. We gotta talk about video games for like 2 hours. We gotta talk about very specific video games that I've actually played. For once, I can have conversations about games that I played instead of everyone talking about the coolest, newest, hottest games out there and me going like, Halo Infinite? Wow, that's a Halo. What's a Halo game? Oh yeah, No More Heroes 3 came out this year too. Yeah. What the fuck is time? No one knows. No one knows. Oh gosh. But that said, honestly, for folks who are thinking about it, and I'm trying to figure this out too, I'm willing to take suggestions on how to take suggestions for games over 2022. I gotta figure that out at some point. I know one thing that like Clappy Chappy does, for example, is he has like a game, like a points thing, whatchamacallit, a points. He like takes his channel points and you could like donate points in. I think Doc does the same thing, so that might be an idea. I don't know. I have to figure out something, honestly. Now, got your Methno right side is so small. Oh no. I think the biggest thing is just like I enjoy streaming. I really seriously enjoy streaming. As, you know, the lists probably show that a lot of it and loved, really liked, and okay, met, or did not enjoy are so small that it's like, no, I think I just enjoy streaming, and I mean, a huge part of that is because of you all, honestly. I have a extremely fun, good community that I'm able to hang out with, that I'm able to talk with, and enjoy these games with, get suggestions from, and the time that I've spent with you all in this past year has been absolutely wonderful. This is like my first true full year streaming with like planning and scheduling and whatnot. And I would say it's like my first serious year, January to December year of streaming. So it's been really, really good. I feel like I've made a lot of friends and a lot of connections in the community that I've would never have the opportunity to make before. And we're on to 2022 for new things. The list messed up. Did it mess up? Can you do a point redemption, or you could do forums of friends, family? That feeds to a special. Okay, that's a good idea too. I'll get you to play a soccer game in 2022. Who knows? Maybe I'll make that an extremely high sub goal or something like that. Because if I'm gonna put myself through the suffering of another JRPG that's not good, that's gonna be some work. Strived and liked. Yeah, strived and liked. Should be, right? Yeah. Where is it? Or did strive move to like for some reason? I don't see. Oh, weird. Yeah, I don't know why that changed. I might have clicked something weird, honestly. Did I actually save that incorrectly then? Yeah, Guilty Gear Strive just moved down for some reason. I don't know why. As a joke, Guilty Gear Strive moved itself down. Hopefully all of the rest of this is right. I might just review it in a second here. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. Download the image, though. Let me try resaving that, I guess. Yes. Yeah, that's weird that Guilty Gear Strive got moved down. Hopefully nothing else got fucked up. Good call, though. Good call on that. I'll have to look through it again. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I think it's just something broke. I don't know. Maybe I'll find a way to... I mean, I think the sub goals is a really good way for me to do it, but I think I'm realizing that some of these JRPGs take a long time, and I might be... I'm not... Once again, I'm trying, like, best way to put this, but I think I've heavily undersold myself on some of these JRPG sub goals, like, really badly. Really badly. Because the amount of time it took, like, 2-3 months to finish some of these JRPGs. For, like... I think, like, one of them was, like, 25 sub goal, and, like, the other one was, like, 1,000 follows, or something like that. It's just, like, I think I'm selling myself a little bit short on those. So maybe I'll figure out how to better plan out next year. Master 03, yeah, I'm gonna get to that next year. This year was a mess for my Switch streaming. But I'll take a look at it again and make sure it's all good. But that said, thank you all for hanging out. I greatly appreciate it. I'll take a look at this list one more time, make sure everything is where I want it to be, and then we'll go from there, because some of it might have gotten fucked up, which these things happen. That's fine. That's fine. But that said, thank you all again. Greatly appreciated. Happy to have you all here. This was another long stream on a Friday. I will still be back tomorrow, starting with Other M. There we go. But for now, let us go over to my friend Minimat, who's doing a long stream today. If you have to go, or anything else or otherwise, I understand. I can't give an approximation, unfortunately, but it will not be normal stream time. It'll probably be at not latest, you know what, at earliest, let's say probably around like 11 a.m. Mountain Time. Because I'm going to be waking up at midnight. Oh, hey, thank you for the follow. Greatly appreciated. Since I'm going to be up till like midnight minimum, and I'm probably going to be drinking a significant amount, I'm just going to let my body take over and see what happens. I just have to see what happens in the long run. So I can't give you any promise times. I apologize. But I do plan to stream tomorrow. It might not even be that long of a stream. It might just be like starting out for a couple hours and getting the game going. We'll see. We'll see how I wake up tomorrow. I might even wake up tomorrow and be like, nope, fuck no. I'm streaming Sunday, fuck this. We'll see what happens. But until then, take care of yourselves. All have a good one. If you can hang out for a bit for Minimat, once again, he's doing a marathon to help his metrics for partnership in 2022. His third partnership submission, so he's trying his damnedest, but it should be a good time nonetheless. But until then, have a good New Year's if you haven't already. It's been a wonderful year of streaming, and I look forward to 2022 with all of you. Take care, have a good one, and peace to close out the year. I'll see you all in 2022.